Getting together with friends to wargame and throw dice can be surprisingly difficult, especially when it comes to terrain. Bulky sets are impossible to transport. Wherever you're going to play, they had better have what you need on site. Storing even just a single set is a daunting task. These things are big. Playing on the same set of terrain over and over and over and, well, you get it. Unless you have multiple sets or lots of pieces, there are only so many different ways you can arrange them. That gets boring. Snot Goblin Gaming has an innovative solution for all of these problems. Modular collapsible terrain. It's not an STL or a digital product. It's sturdy, precision-molded plastic that is pushed to fit. Think Legos, but in sprue gray. Modularity means that you can reconfigure your ruins in a nearly infinite number of ways. For casual players, every battlefield is new and exciting. For competitive players, tournament practice is easy. The components were designed to be compatible with the terrain layouts of all the major tournament circuits. And storage and transportation are simple. An entire set of terrain for a table with GW suggested density can be broken down quickly and easily. The whole set weighs just 6 pounds and fits in a shoebox. Make your wargaming a little easier. The Kickstarter goes live in August, with inventory standing by. The first 40 backers to order a full set will have their reward shipped immediately upon funding. So order yours now and get back to throwing dice. Getting together with friends to wargame and throw dice can be surprisingly difficult, especially when it comes to terrain. Bulky sets are impossible to transport. Wherever you're going to play, they had better have what you need on site. Storing even just a single set is a daunting task. These things are big. Playing on the same set of terrain over and over and over and, well, you get it. Unless you have multiple sets or lots of pieces, there are only so many different ways you can arrange them. That gets boring. Snot Goblin Gaming has an innovative solution for all of these problems. Modular collapsible terrain. It's not an STL or a digital product. It's sturdy, precision-molded plastic that is pushed to fit. Think Legos, but in sprue gray. Modularity means that you can reconfigure your ruins in a nearly infinite number of ways. For casual players, every battlefield is new and exciting. For competitive players, tournament practice is easy. The components were designed to be compatible with the terrain layouts of all the major tournament circuits. And storage and transportation are simple. An entire set of terrain for a table with GW suggested density can be broken down quickly and easily. The whole set weighs just 6 pounds and fits in a shoebox. Make your wargaming a little easier. The Kickstarter goes live in August, with inventory standing by. The first 40 backers to order a full set will have their reward shipped immediately upon funding. So order yours now and get back to throwing dice. Getting together with friends to wargame and throw dice can be surprisingly difficult, especially when it comes to terrain. Bulky sets are impossible to transport. Wherever you're going to play, they had better have what you need on site. Storing even just a single set is a daunting task. These things are big. Playing on the same set of terrain over and over and over and, well, you get it. Unless you have multiple sets or lots of pieces, there are only so many different ways you can arrange them. That gets boring. Snot Goblin Gaming has an innovative solution for all of these problems. Modular collapsible terrain. It's not an STL or a digital product. It's sturdy, precision-molded plastic that is pushed to fit. Think Legos, but in sprue gray. Modularity means that you can reconfigure your ruins in a nearly infinite number of ways. For casual players, every battlefield is new and exciting. For competitive players, tournament practice is easy. The components were designed to be compatible with the terrain layouts of all the major tournament circuits. And storage and transportation are simple. An entire set of terrain for a table with GW suggested density can be broken down quickly and easily. The whole set weighs just 6 pounds and fits in a shoebox. Make your wargaming a little easier. The Kickstarter goes live in August with inventory standing by. The first 40 backers to order a full set will have their reward shipped immediately upon funding. So order yours now and get back to throwing dice. Getting together with friends to wargame and throw dice can be surprisingly difficult, especially when it comes to terrain. Bulky sets are impossible to transport. Wherever you're going to play, they had better have what you need on site. Storing even just a single set is a daunting task. These things are big. Playing on the same set of terrain over and over and over and, well, you get it. Unless you have multiple sets or lots of pieces, there are only so many different ways you can arrange them. That gets boring. Snot Goblin Gaming has an innovative solution for all of these problems. Modular collapsible terrain. It's not an STL or a digital product. It's sturdy, precision-molded plastic that is pushed to fit. Think Legos, but in sprue gray. Modularity means that you can reconfigure your ruins in a nearly infinite number of ways. For casual players, every battlefield is new and exciting. For competitive players, tournament practice is easy. The components were designed to be compatible with the terrain layouts of all the major tournament circuits. And storage and transportation are simple. An entire set of terrain for a table with GW suggested density can be broken down quickly and easily. The whole set weighs just 6 pounds and fits in a shoebox. Make your wargaming a
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. We're live with the final game of the T5S2 Season 5 Invitational Semifinals. And this is, I hope it's going to be maybe a little bit of a spicier game than our last semifinals game. We have over here in the red a slightly disappointing Salad playing a relatively new faction, both to the game and to himself. Creations of Bile, Heretic Astartes, versus on the other side of the table, in the blue over here, we have Jonathon, the opposite storyline to that of Salad, who is normally an Imperial Fist player, or excuse me, not Imperial Fist, Iron Hands player. I don't know if he would be caught dead playing Imperial Fist. Jonathon is a dyed-in-the-will Eldari player, however. And he is here with his Eldar playing some Harlequins. We are live here on Tear Down Their Icons. And I think we're probably going to see a little bit more of an aggressive game than we saw in our last one. Both of these players with relatively aggressive armies, but some interesting interactions between the two. Thank you for the soundboards, chat. Hope everyone's hyped for this game. Get those hypes in chat, everybody, because we are gonna have a good one, I think. Super excited to see who will take down this game to play against Max G and his Necrons in the final game, which is going down tomorrow morning. Let's talk about lists real quick here, chat, as the players are going through their deployment. We do have Heretic Astartes here on the red side, bringing specimens for the Spider, which is a little bit of an interesting pick on their secondary objectives. Long War and Raise the Banners High. I think we've seen Salad play Raise the Banners pretty consistently in his games and has been scoring relatively highly, especially with its new endgame mechanics, where the banners become essentially unbreakable towards the end of the game and end up scoring a ton of points, which makes it a much more consistent objective than it was previously. But we also have a lot of little infantry units that aren't necessarily ranged focused in Salad's army, which means he does have a lot of units that can be placing those banners. Playing the Long War, which is going to be good to take the centermost objective. It does require the Heretic Astartes player to destroy a unit on an objective marker or control an objective marker at the end of your turn if you that the opponent controlled at the start, which means that Salad is incentivized to create a situation where both players are trading for control of the middle objective. And if that ends up being the case, then Salad is going to be scoring a bunch of points on that one. Specimens for the Spider is going to be the toughest one, I think. It does get him points if he destroys a unit by the end of his turn. Additional points if it is a character. But given that, I think Jonathon's going to play a lot of keep away this game. That might be a little tough. Although, to be fair, if Jonathon does end up feeding his player troops into Salad's army, it could be pretty interesting. We have on the other side of the table Harlequins taking no prisoners and assassination, so very kill-focused, which may not go well into Salad's very offensive secondary objective picks. I think those will mostly potentially blank out if the two armies just sort of smash into each other. But also with Take Your Places, which after deployment we will see the players place 3 of these little blue Team Uwu objective markers, and those are going to be the take your place objective markers. Jonathon will score points for controlling or for having models within range of those at the end of his turn. All right, let's talk about lists, chat. Exclamation point lists in the chat if you want to follow along with me. Neither of these players made significant changes to their lists in the pre versus post cut format. So what we did do, in case there was an errata expected within the timeline of the event, we did allow players to change their lists in post cut. We saw Max GW take a little bit different of a composition of the list he was originally playing. Jonathon and Ash elected not to make any changes whatsoever. Salad did just correct a mistake that he had on his list previously. Although clearly not that big of a deal, because he was still able to resoundingly beat his first 2 opponents. I shouldn't say resoundingly. Salad's games have been actually really super fun to watch so far and really come down to the wire. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays against Jonathon, because I think this is the worst matchup that he's going to be running into in the Invitational thus far. Highly recommend you check out Salad's games if you want to see some sweet Heretic Astartes play. We even saw a Heretic Astartes mirror match between Salad and Dylan Usher, which was pretty fun to watch as well. So good stuff. And we'll see if he can continue that streak in our semifinals game here. So talking about Salad's list real quick, we did see 2 Creations of Bile lists get submitted for the Invitational between Salad and Doots. Doots, unfortunately, ran into Ash, our other semifinals participant, in his first game and ended up getting blown up by Paragon Warsuits. Didn't go so well. However, Salad has had a pretty good run of it and played against a lot of opposing melee armies, which, if you're familiar with Creations of Bile whatsoever, is not going to go well for those other melee armies at all, because Creations of Bile, I think, probably potentially looking to be the game's preeminent melee faction. If all you want to do is smash people's face with hammers, Creations of Bile may be the way to go. Although, to be fair, that does open up immense weaknesses to the other phases of the game. So their shooting tends to be pretty poor. They have very little defense against shooting, and the same for Psychic. Although they do have access to Masters of Possession, so they can have good psychic powers. That's certainly not the focus of the faction. But if you try to engage with them in melee, things are going to go very poorly for you. So we do have a single battalion detachment. This one bringing a Dark Apostle with Benediction, with Illusory Supplication. Originally, it was submitted with Benediction of Darkness in the pre-cut games, which is garbage. Is a terrible litany for that guy. Unfortunately, gives you light cover to a unit. Unnecessary, though. Illusory Supplication, however, trans hitman and no rerolls to hit onto a unit is much better, and we're going to be putting that on this big brick of Terminators to make them extremely difficult to kill. We also have, chat. We also have a Lord Discordant on Hellstalker with Flames of Spite, so you're going to deal some additional mortal wounds on wound rolls of 6, and Uloka the Black, the demon weapon on his glaive to deal mortal wounds in addition to normal damage every time for every successful wound roll. So this guy with a bunch of rerolls and the ability to deal an immense number of mortal wounds on top of his high number of attacks to try to fish for 6s on those mortals. If there's 6s to wound to trigger those mortals thanks to Flames of Spite, does a ridiculous amount of damage. Now, for those who don't know, the sub-faction benefits of Creations of Bile are some statistical improvements. You get +1 strength and +1 movement, which definitely helps you get into melee a little bit. And the core units do have access to an advance and charge as well. But it also gives you the ability to fight on death across the entirety of the faction. That includes the characters, which means that this Lord Discordant on Hellstalker can do an immense amount of damage, and if you can't kill it in its own turn or shoot it to death, and you have to engage it in melee to kill it, he will get a second activation out of that character to be able to deal significant damage. And he absolutely plows. He's a monster. The big benefit to Lord Discordance in the newest Heretic Astartes Codex is that they did lose a couple of wounds, which doesn't sound like a big benefit, but it does make them character protectable thanks to Lookout Sir, which means that they're much more difficult to kill with ranged attacks, which is certainly good for an army like Creations of Bile. We have 3 Legionnaire squads in the troops slot, one of them with the Mark of Corn and a Demon Blade, another one with a Demon Blade, and then the last one with just Astartes Chain Swords on the Aspiring Champion. We have, in the Elite slot, 3 units of Chosen. These are little 5-man units with their accursed weapons. They have Chaos Icons and Mark of Slaanesh, so they get +1 to hit and always strikes first, thanks to the interaction of those 2 abilities. That means that they hit on 2s, which is good because they're oftentimes going to be used as little nuclear missiles to go and run out and blow something up. And with a bunch of attacks apiece at the, I think, very impactful cutoff of Strength 6, especially for this mission. I wonder what these guys are doing.
There's 1 or 2 of them down there, yeah.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
All right, we're still placing them, it looks like. Just want to make sure we're not just hanging models right off the edge of the table there. But with that cutoff of, because they have a +1 on strength from their cursed weapons and then +1 strength from the Creations of Bile, Subfaction ability do get to that cutoff of strength 6, and that is going to be hugely important in this matchup because the majority of the, in fact, I think the entirety of the Harlequins army is toughness 5 or toughness 3, and those are the 2 breakpoints at which you are really incentivized to have strength 6. So the strength 6 goes a long way because you are wounding either on 2s or 3s onto everything in the opponent's army rather than 4s and 3s, which is a big deal. So 3 units of those. That's backed up by 1 Chaos Terminator squad. A huge brick with Mark of Zinj, so it gets to blank the first failed saving throw every turn. So makes them a little bit tougher to kill. And that's going to be on top of the Illusory Supplication from the Dark Apostle, making them unable to be hit on 4s. Looks like we are rolling to go first, and it is Heretic Astartes taking the first turn here. We do have our little objectives placed, I believe.
The game, it's easier to do the take their places once the game started. So, I'll start game. Okay, so I placed the first one wholly within your deployment zone.
Hey, I'm surprised.
So here come the take your places objective markers again. Jonathon is going to be trying to get to those to get points by the end of his turn. But obviously, if he's sending infantry squads out there to do that, he is just feeding them into the Creations of Bile army, and they won't have too much of a problem killing them, which does score Salad some points on specimens for the spider. Although the objective markers themselves, while they are treated like objective markers, they do not count as objective markers for any other objectives or purposes, which means that they don't necessarily count for things like the Long War. They will only count for their own secondary. Finishing up the list real quick here, we do have a Master of Executions built out to deal a ton of damage with Hatred Incarnate and the Intoxicating Elixir, alongside Mark of Slaanesh. For 80 points and a couple CP, he's an absolute powerhouse of a Smash character. We also have 2 individual Chaos Spawn, mostly just to hold objectives and do actions and screen areas of the table. 1 unit of Warp Talons, 5 Warp Talons, just to add a little bit of additional threat range to the army. And again, because these models are so lethal on melee, and if you can't deal with them in melee, they will basically automatically get to fight on your opponent's turn. They just a little 5-man squad of Creations of Bile can be way more dangerous than you would normally expect. Last but certainly not least, we do have the big man himself following up the army, Abaddon the Despoiler. Basically, Salad has been using him in his games as kind of just a late-game tank. He's very difficult to deal with late game, has an immense damage output, and just a strong character, all told. He doesn't score specimens for the spider, which can open up some awkward situations for Salad in the late game. If the only thing he has that can reliably kill Jonathon's units is Abaddon, he won't be scoring his secondary from that, but at least Abaddon is killing them. And it is going to be relatively difficult for the Harlequins to take him out, although they do operate in every phase, as long as Salad keeps him safe from the Shadow Seer on Jonathon's side of the table. That will be pretty helpful. Then going through Jonathon's list real quick here, it's a relatively standard Harlequins list. We see a very similar lists out of most Harlequin players these days. This one is playing the Dark Sadith, which did get nerfed. It had a very similar ability to Creations of Bile. +1 AP on your melee weapons, which is mostly counteracted by Armor of Contempt, but it also allowed you to fight on death in the previous incarnation. However, the data slate has changed that to just reflecting mortal wounds when the units are killed. Looks like just rocketing a Chaos Spawn up in the middle objective here. Big advance from that guy, which will get him onto the center and score that long war real nice. For 25 points, get a couple of victory points. Seems good. Or excuse me, I guess the long war doesn't get scored here because it's hasn't been controlled by the Harlequins player. So, but he will just force the Harlequins to move up a unit to deal with him. Otherwise, or contest the objective. Otherwise, give up a 12-point primary. Not super good early on. But the one thing that the change to the Dark Sadith has done for Harlequins is actually kind of, in a roundabout way, increase their damage output slightly. Well, obviously, they don't have the ability to fight on death, so if you do have to engage them in melee, they do get to hit you. What will happen is if they commit into a unit that they don't kill, then after they attack, when they get swung back on, and even when they die, they are still going to reflect those mortal wounds, since the mortal wounds no longer have the rider that it requires the unit to not have fought this turn, like a fight on death ability would. Which means they can situationally do some additional mortal wounds to enemies that they're charging, which is it's pretty relevant, although it certainly makes the Smash characters a little bit worse. And speaking of characters, we do have a Shadow Seer with Laughing God's Eye to do ignore some mortal wounds. Not super relevant in this matchup, but pretty good in the metagame as a whole, where you have things like Tyranids doing immense numbers of mortal wounds, Tyranids and Thousand Suns in the meta. We have Troop Master, a pretty standard Troop Master build, Foot in the Future, so an additional +6 to charge and D3+3 on advances, so super fast guy. He has Queen of Shards to be able to ignore invulnerable saves on a 5+, as well as Player of the Dark and Shigarak's Rose to give rerolls to wound and mortal wounds on wound rolls of 6, excuse me, with a 3 damage AP2 weapon, AP3 with the Dark ability. So, pretty strong fighter there, but mostly he's going to be in there for Curtain Fall. So he's going to be able to use his Foot in the Future to get into units that Salad doesn't necessarily want him to, and then, assuming he survives, he'll be able to peel back into transports. And Jonathon is very good at that play pattern, as he's displayed to us in the past. However, obviously the fight on death from the Creations of Bile is going to throw a little bit of a hamper in that, because if that Troop Master goes into a big unit and ends up killing them, there is a non-zero chance that he just gets bonked back on the head and dies. Which would be unfortunate for Jonathon. We then have 6 Harlequin player troops, all of them with a mix of melee weapons, as well as a Neuro Disruptor and double fusion pistol. Excuse me, double Neuro Disruptor, double fusion pistol. It's normally a build you see in light Sadith Harlequins, which gives them the ability to advance and fire those pistols without penalty, but today we're doing it in dark. I think basically just going to add some additional damage output on the way in. Jonathon's usually going to be trying to essentially trade one unit at a time, whereas the other units can stay inside their transports. Because the Creations of Bile only really operate in the fight phase, they have a tough time dealing with transports. And we saw that come to a fore in Jonathon's previous game against Niklas, where the Blood Angels didn't really have a great way to get through the transports and ended up sort of losing a lot of efficiency over the course of the game because they were just predicated on punching them. And so Niklas is not really able to get to the meat of the Harlequins army, and that allowed Jonathon to just continue dancing around the table, although that game ended up being relatively close. Highly recommend you check that game out too, chat. The round 2 game between Blood Angels and Harlequins was very good. That's followed up by 5 Void Weavers. Despite the fact that they did get a big points increase after their initial release, Void Weavers turns out still good. And that really cements Harlequins as kind of this hybrid shooting and melee faction, where they have, between the Void Weavers and then the other unit in the list is 6 Star Weavers, they have a ton of Shuriken Cannons on all of those units, and then the Prismatic Cannons on the Void Weavers as well, able to put some additional damage in. So, unfortunately for the Creations of Bile, we do have an immense number of ranged attacks on this Harlequin side, which is not something that you would normally expect Harlequins to be very good at. But yeah, that's their deal now. Is they have lots of guns. And then they can follow that up with their Harlequin troops and Troopmaster to deal some damage in melee and take your objectives away while they're slowly pecking you to death with the remainder of their ranged attacks. I do want to mention here, chat, that the Jonathon has pointed out to me when building his list that on Tabletop Simulator, the Void Weaver, classic Void Weaver model has an incorrectly sized base, which can be relevant, especially if you're trying to move under or around the Void Weaver model. And so he has just asked permission to use a regular Star Weaver and recolor it for his Void Weavers, and that's what we've done. So all the blue-based Star Weavers are actually the Void Weavers in Jonathon's army. That does mean that his army is composed of 11 identical models, which is a little bit boring, but it is what it is. That's what you get when your entire faction has like 5 data sheets, it turns out. Is it possible to get the center of the table quarters as a button as well? Center of the table quarters. Those are just the end right here. I think, is that what you're talking about, chat? The table quarters are marked out on the T5S2 map pool. All right, chat. Well, we're going to be seeing, in order to combat that, the ranged power that we did just discuss there, that the Harlequins have, we are going to be playing very conservatively on this first turn. We did get that Chaos Spawn into the middle in order to force something to deal with him, although it might just be that a Void Weaver pops out and shoots him and runs away or something. We did see Salad measuring there. The Lord Discordant is within range of the Legionary squad back in the back here, so that he is being lookout-served currently, and there's a bunch of stuff in front of him, so he's not going to be able to be shot. But Salad has placed him, so he is, I think, in theory, entirely encompassing the area of the Take Your Place objective marker, or the 40mm base in the center of the objective marker, which means that his Heroic Intervention aura expands to the entirety of the base there. And with the amount of mortal wounds that guy can do, it's going to be very difficult for Jonathon to be able to send something over there to grab that objective and get the max on Take Your Places. Although, as we've seen Jonathon do in the past, he's not really... I don't think we should really expect him to push too far forward to get that Take Your Place immediately. I think he's mostly going to be taking a position somewhere in this area of the table, so he can threaten ranged attacks down to all of the table quarters, and he can potentially threaten melee from his faster troops onto Salad's home objectives. The Harlequin threat range is still pretty solid, and so Jonathon's going to be able to project that a little bit by sort of occupying somewhere around the middle of the table, but then also kind of control the lines of fire all the way through in order to be forcing the Creations of Bile to play very conservatively. So I don't know if we're going to see Jonathon overextend too far here in order to get big points. Although, to be fair, we do have Raise the Banners high on Salad's side of the table, and Jonathon, while Salad did take that Long War and Specimens for the Spider, Jonathon has 2 kill-focused secondaries on his lineup between Take Your Place or between No Prisoners and Assassination, which means, as strange as it sounds, I think the place to be aggressive is actually on Jonathon's side, the requirement to be aggressive, because he has to push up and actually start scoring those points. If Salad sits in the back here, he'll score a couple points on Long War, he'll score a bunch of Raise the Banners points, he might give up Take Your Places, but eventually, Harlequins get zeros on 2 primaries, and that's, or 2 secondaries, and that's not really a place you can recover from. Although he does have the benefit of bottom round 5 scoring, he is going to be giving models away with that Take Your Places, if he wants to be scoring that. So it's going to be interesting. Now, I think there's another interaction that we're going to see. Oh, wow. Oh, here we come. Maybe push it out here? I don't know. There is another interaction that we may see happen here, and it's one thing that we've talked a lot about when we're talking about these Chaos Space Marine lists. They're so strong in melee. They're incredibly powerful in melee. But the big downside there is that they don't score well for being aggressive, if that makes sense. And part of that, the reason for that is that they have very little objective secured in their army, outside of a couple builds. Essentially, for Salad, we have the red Legionary squad here. We have another Legionary squad that's uncolored in the bottom here that's surrounding the Dark Apostle. And I believe that we have one Legionary squad at the top here. This second uncolored Legionary squad here. All these chainsword equipped guys. Those are the only objective secured models that Salad has, whereas on the other side of the table for Jonathon, we're looking at 6 Harlequin player troops. So 30 Harlequins, all of those with objective secured. So Salad wants to create a situation where he dominates the middle of the table with his Terminator squad, right? He just sends these Terminator squads in. They're impossible to kill with Trans Hitman and just insanely strong armor saves. And he can line that up to start scoring 12-point primaries. The downside is that if Jonathon touches that objective with a single Harlequin trooper, he's going to be taking it away from Salad, and he's going to be locking Salad down to an 8-point primary, and potentially even lower if we see Jonathon push a Harlequin trooper squad super far forward and just start killing the Legionaries on Salad's side of the table. So things could go very south very quickly for the Chaos Space Marines here if they lose their objective secured too early. To be fair, though, Jonathon has to try to not do that in melee, because if he ends up charging those Heretic Legionnaires, there's a non-zero chance he just dies in the swing back, which is a little bit awkward.
I think we can see because of that stupid crystal.
I like the crystal.
That's fair.
There's a strategic reason I actually did put him out is because of the crystal.
I think I can see there.
Yeah, so we're angling for our Chaos Spawn here. Definitely looks like there's a line of sight between the Star
do
Wars and Chaos Spawn.
anything.
Chaos Spawn is leaning out a little bit. It's kind of drunkenly stumbling past the wall here. So may get picked up by a Star Weaver. Not that big of a deal, just 25 points for those guys. What a steal. It's really the Cyberwolf effect. Almost anytime you can take a single model unit for not many points, it's almost always worth it.
I cannot believe that Star Weaver back there.
7 plus 13. So basically it's 13 from these guys, so like 12. Yeah, okay. So as long as we're on that objective. Yeah. So the troop mass will just get out and just huddle up here, I guess.
That's Agent X. Agent X heard Cyberwolf. His ears pricked up. His tail started wagging. We also saw it in the last game, and even with Necrons, taking 3 plasma sites. They had triple destroyer units, which unlocked slots for 3 plasma sites, which we did see Max use to grab center objectives for basically free. Because it turns out single model 15 or single model 15-point unit with objective secured is pretty solid. I think most factions would be really happy to have as many of those as they could.
That's... Do you avoid auto advance 6 or no? I think that's only Slash, right? That's only Emperor's Children.
Yeah, Emperor's Children.
That was fun.
It'd be cool though.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
But granted, Emperor's Slash Terminators only move like 21, or only move. They can't charge.
They can't advance and charge. Yeah.
I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
Don't think they can.
Tooth will tell me.
I guess you could advance and charge with these guys, which have 25-inch threat range.
They do.
So if you want to make an 11-inch charge, be my guess.
Yeah.
So
well, 10-inch charge, but yeah.
It'll be 11 for this. Or
10, because you're in the terrain.
Oh, I thought it was more than 24. I want to be more than 24.
It's still 10. It's terrain.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, so the players discussing there, we are using the extended engagement rule, should mention. That is currently in the 40k core rules. So any melee ranges drawn across obscuring terrain that models within 1 inch of is extended by 1 inch to 2 inches, which does make the Chaos Space Marine charges into the brick of Void Weavers here a little bit easier for them. And with the ability to advance and charge the Terminator squad, we could see, because they are core and we can use the Creations of Bile stratagem on them, we could see this big Terminator brick just rocket itself forward. Although, obviously, not doing too much in the shooting phase, if that's the case. We do have pretty reasonable shooting out of the Chaos Terminators, to be fair. Well, the Harlequins army is almost entirely Mirage Launchered, because it's all Star Weavers and Void Weavers, so it can't be rerolled against. So Abaddon's a little bit less useful than he would normally be. The Chaos Terminators do have a good volume of shooting. We do have Reaper autocannons in that unit, as well as a bunch of combi weapons. 2 combi plasmas and a combi meltagun. Excuse me, 2 combi meltaguns. So they do threaten a little bit of the Harlequin player troops. Now, one thing I do want to point out here, too, is that Jonathon has placed the blue Star Weaver in the center objective, like we talked about, which I'm sure that, assuming that this Chaos Spawn dies, which Jonathon might actually not do, to be fair. He might actually not kill the Chaos Spawn. Because if he did that, he would control the objective at the start of the turn, which would open up the objective to be scored for Long War on the subsequent turn. But right now it is scoring him take your places for an additional point, which is good for holding this centermost take your place objective. But it is full of Harlequin troopers right now, which means that if Salad were to go in with the Terminators or another big unit like that and kill it in the fight phase, those Harlequin troopers would just bail out. They would bail out onto the objective, unless they could be screened out entirely, which looks a little unlikely, but it is possible. And that would donate control of the objective to Jonathon. So Salad would need to be able to find a way to maybe get a big enough charge to get his units all the way around and basically entirely screen out the objective from those models being placed on, or kill the Star Weaver in the shooting phase, which he might be able to do. He does have a Flamer on the Lord Discordant, and he has all the shooting from the Chaos Terminators, but that means they're not advancing, and that could make that charge even harder. So there goes the Chaos Spawn. So we are unlocked in the center objective for Long War.
Probably. Does he have Armor of Contempt? I'll just use a Lock Dice on the one.
He does.
No reason not to. 4. AP ones.
Easy.
Yay.
Get destroyed. He's chilling.
Oh, right, because he has Armor of Contempt.
Armor of Contempt. And he has light cover.
Yeah, Chaos Spawn, harder to kill than you would expect.
Chaos Spawn have Armor of Contempt. Real talk. They definitely wrote the book before they wrote the Chaos book. Or no, they wrote the Chaos book before they wrote Armor of Contempt, because
He definitely did.
yeah. Anyways,
But
it is.
Yeah, that's true. Armor, it's similar to Armor of Contempt getting put on all sorts of bizarre units. Things like Servitors and Cyber Wolves that we were just talking about getting access to Armor of Contempt. A little funky. Probably unintended. Units that do not have power armor getting that ability, but you know, it is what it is. Sisters Repentia getting Armor of Contempt for whatever reason. Where's that armor? They're very contemptuous, I get it, but there's no armor on them. So we very quick turns, passing back and forth here. We are back to slightly disappointing Salad. Raise the banner score, ticking up 8 points on primary. And now we're going to see how he's going to respond to the Star Weaver in the center of the table. I'm sure he'd like to kill it and kill everyone inside, but being able to do that's a little bit tough. And I think he has to shoot it to death between the Lord Discordant on Hellstalker. It does get an additional 2 hits with his Flamer, thanks to Let the Galaxy Burn, which is pretty nice. So we're hoping that between the Flamer and the Terminators, maybe we can kill it. But I don't know what we then trade for the unit on this, if Jonathon elects to put a unit on the center there. And what might even happen is if Salad does not himself put a unit on the center, Jonathon may actually just elect to emergency disembark his Harlequins far away so that they are not an eligible charge target, and therefore will not donate points to creations of, specimens for the spider, excuse me. So it looks like we're going to be playing very cagey here. Chaos Terminators moving forward. Just touching the cover so that they're as difficult to kill as possible. Makes a lot of sense to me. And I do wonder if we maybe see an advance in charge on one of these chosen units and push them to the middle of the table in order to try to clip out the contents of that Star Weaver. You could also potentially, if you contest the center objective with something else and you don't end up killing the Star Weaver in the shooting phase, you could also use that unit to just push forward and try to get 1 or 2 more of these other units. That could certainly help. I got Cyberwolves on the brain today, Chad, I guess.
Okay. Well, actually, I want this. Actually, first off, this guy's gonna go on this side of the wall. Did this guy not get? I don't think that guy got auto race.
No, he did.
Okay. You want? There you go. Wait, Abaddon wants to shoot. What am I doing? Oh yeah, he's just not moving yet. Yet.
Who did Abaddon use his buff on? The Terminator?
Himself, because
Okay.
really.
Yeah, that's correct,
Oh,
Chad.
yeah.
If you're outside 12 inches of an enemy unit, you cannot declare them as a charge target, even if you could potentially make the charge. So that's why you see things like the Foot and the Future Troopmaster with such a massive charge range, but that doesn't dramatically increase his his maximum threat range, because units can only charge 12 inches anyway, which means getting +6 to your charge means you can move farther, but you can't necessarily declare things that are closer. So he can't declare people within 18, even though he could move 18 on a charge.
Here is robbery.
So, oh, we are
Maybe a little
advancing,
harder.
but we are advancing with a Legionnaire
Yeah,
squad.
should've. They're not moving.
3.3.
their friends.
They're not. 3.3. How close can we get to this guy?
So we're going to be throwing up a Legionnaire
3.3.
squad into the
You
center.
have to move 12?
That is objective secured, so even if the Harlequin troopers get on it, it doesn't automatically give them control unless they outnumber the Legionnaires. But the downside here is that that unit is going to trade. It's just going to get picked up by Void Weavers, most likely. And that does mean that we lose one of our 3 precious objective secured units on the Chaos side of the table. And I think things could go pretty south late game if Salad ends up in a situation where he has no objective secured to prevent these Harlequins from grabbing his home objectives and breaking his banners. Cyberwolves are great pets, Nargomat? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
To go shoot that boat.
Which boat? The green one?
How do you, I don't see
18
colors on
inches.
these guys. I hope you know.
No? Oh, it's because I put them on before you join. Alright, I'll just give them colors real quick.
So
Just redo it.
right there, I just have to have a point in there. Also, I'm gonna turn around so it's facing the right way. That seems
Sure.
big. Right there, he's got his little claw. I could see him. All right. Nice. Oh, I could have put Warp Town Sands. What am I crazy? Could have put Warp Town. That would have been a very easy charge. Mild self mistake. Little bit of mistake.
Yeah, so Salad, I think, recognizing that he could have sent a unit that was not objective secured in the middle. Warp Talons are going to be a little bit more effective than the
let me do a little bit of
chainsword wielding
Put my thinking cap on.
Legionnaires. But obviously, I think the most important part is that they are not objective secured, so they're not as valuable as the Legionnaires are from a mechanical standpoint.
What do I do with these Warp Talent? Not. I should have just moved these guys out instead of the red guys. I don't know why I did that. I'm very slow. Okay, what's the charge distance into a boat?
Like this one, perhaps?
Just theoretically.
10?
Very long.
Yeah, 10's your best.
Problem is, if I hide here, I just get like destroyed by guns.
No. No. I would never.
Maybe I just full send it and just hope you can't deal with everything. That seems also funny. But
Semifinals of the Invitational. I appreciate it.
That's scary.
I'm just gonna do whatever sounds
They're
funnier.
pretty scary,
Here we
yeah.
go.
I can do that much.
I think this guy spawns them could be a fool.
Now you have 5-up saves.
Do.
I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't kill him last turn.
It's only 25 points. Why are you so mad?
It's the principle of it.
Principle of thought that you did not kill.
Exactly.
Okay, I think these warp towns need to move. They need to go somewhere that's inconvenient for you to shoot at, which I think is like right here. Granted, you get a lot of shots, but what's Meg gonna do? But I need to move other stuff out.
So I think we're just pushing
Like it,
now. It
I
looks
like
like
it.
this feels very aggressive, but I do think it probably is the path to victory for Chaos Space Marines. Creations of Bile, I think, is a strong sub-faction, but not a particularly
Run.
I guess finessed sub-faction. You just punch people in the face for the most part, which makes a lot of sense. So Warp Town's moving to the middle of the table. I think they're going to eat a lot of shooting. But I think you could also push the Chosen forward if their Warp Talons are already going to be in the line of fire. Because the Warp Talons do threat farther than the Chosen. And Jonathon will have to pick a target. It is going to be tough enough to kill his units, especially if they're able to tow into the cover. Between Armor of Contempt and the cover. They do save on 2s a lot of the times unless the Shuriken Cannons rend. And then they may have to force the Void Weavers to firing their 2-shot profile, which does get a high AP, but only 2 attacks apiece. Means that it does mitigate the potential damage quite a bit.
There. We're not gonna forget to like not put a guy on my objective, so
Or you could. You're good. I was just double checking.
let's move these guys because again, I don't want. I saw you measuring that up the last turn.
What was it? Oh yeah.
Put some Legionnaires on that objective, I hope.
Just in case.
There it is.
I think you're fine there.
keep some
I think
options
I have to
there.
get like
Get some
here
details
now.
in.
I don't think
No,
I
just
can
in
do
case you like put OPSEC on there.
that. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You do have to be
Random,
wary about these
cheatery
mischievous Harlequins because they can move over everybody in advance charge. So it could even see if a Harlequin player troop disembarks from here, advances big, can get a cheeky charge up the top here, get onto the objective. You have to be constantly vigilant for that kind of chicanery. Certainly happens.
Okay. The Terminators are going to do Burt against the boat.
Are we looking at a prediction here, chat?
They're not posting it or
75%
anything
for
like that.
Harlequins, although double
Weird.
the number of people voted
I
for
have to see what guns
Creations
they
of
shoot.
Bile to win.
I'm missing. I should see what guns I can't shoot.
Salad, the populist
That would
champion of the people, whereas Jonathon is just backed by Big Eldari, I guess.
I'm gonna shoot double profiles. Duh.
Yeah. I mean, no reason not to. Are you
I
overcharging?
have. No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will have
Can't reroll to hit with the Chaos Terminator, so overcharging is a
plus
little
6 to
dangerous.
this. So I should have 14.
The ones will
bolters,
just kill a plasma unit.
2 plasmas.
Maybe 1, 2, 3.
14 bolter shots.
Uh,
Because I have 3 combis out there, and then I have 2 combi bolters.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah.
4
That
plasma.
makes sense.
No, 2 plasma shots.
I think you're rapid fire.
Yes. I
So
think
it
that's
should be
everybody.
4 plasma shots.
The 1 plasma behind the wall.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
start with this. Yeah, we'll start with this. 2 explosions to hit on the bolters.
Look at you go.
Whoopsh.
2? Minus 1 to move. Or shank 4, right? Not minus 1 to move. We're loving it.
Did it. Alright, the 2 combi meltas.
That was a little sad so far from the Chaos Terminator squad. 1 Melta
1
hit. Let's see a conversion here.
It wounds you.
4 up. Luck dice.
Man, the luck dice saves it.
Yeah,
blank the Terminator brick. His defensive abilities on the Starweaver are so strong. No rerolls, -1 to hit, 4+ invulnerable save. Rerolling invulnerable saves. Very difficult to take down. But at least now that the Chaos Space Marines here are towing the middle objective, even if this Starweaver just eats all of the damage and doesn't die, it will mean that the Harlequin troop inside survives, but it does mean that Salad is controlling the objective, so he will get Long War and prevent the 12-point primary, unless things go poorly for him.
Or 4 of them. I made 4.
Do I really shoot? I guess I have to shoot the green.
Advantages of being in a Moral Eldari is you get nice bank interest.
sorry.
Yeah. Do you think when you get transferred to a Spirit Stone, you continue to accrue interest on your accounts? Your portfolio continues to expand? I bet that's how it works.
Sure.
Eldari are dirty capitalists. It sounds like it.
I hope.
That was pretty good. Why is this?
Oh gosh, because +2.
Oh, because chaos.
It's a bad wound roll though.
2 damage each, right?
Yes.
Okay. We take 2. I'll luck dice that, I guess. We're okay. Take 2. We're okay. We live!
Yeah, you do live. Crap.
Here we go!
Oh, that's awkward. I really expected them to. Abaddon's like really sticking out the wall. I gotta fix this.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you just gotta slide some back. Hey, now you guys are even more on the objective. All part of the plan, right?
Yeah. That's awkward. I really want to kill some clowns. Maybe we just like
so
touch
Starweaver survives everything. So if the Marines here charge the Starweaver, it will bail out and the Harlequins will get on. So I think the only way that we charge here and actually kill this unit is planning to encompass the objective with our engagement range. I mean, alternatively, we could charge with the Legionnaires and the Terminators, and that will put enough models on the objective if the Harlequins aren't able to steal it.
It'll be +1, so it'll be a 6.
Abaddon gives a +1.
He do.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
And it looks like that is what we're going to be doing. We can also use the extended engagement range off of these ruins to actually extend the amount that you screen out. And if we have enough units on that objective, yeah, that should be fine. The question here is whether the Terminators charge and lose their light cover from standing in this ruin, but they will be able to get light cover on the other ruin, so I think that's okay. It would be nice here if we forced an emergency disembark, just to eat the some additional models and the CP.
Sure.
Whatever that
You can't even be under my hull then, right?
Yeah.
So then this guy has to be over here. This guy, he might have space in order to be. No, I think.
Actually, this guy, I'm fine with this guy basing.
Sure.
You can just be
Yep,
under it.
and there you can do. Yep.
Okay, attacks.
Yes.
Violence. This guy's gonna go base you. This guy's gonna go base you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like that. Actually, this champion won't base you.
Sure.
He's gonna just sit there awkwardly.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so at this
He'll sit there
point,
awkwardly.
assuming that none of the Astartes die, which is possible, I believe, because the Starweaver can reflect a mortal wound in the fight phase and then explode for an additional mortal wound, which could make things awkward for Salad. But there's only 5 Harlequin troopers inside the Starweaver, which means that it will not be holding the objective. And as long as Salad can force only 4 models to get on the objective, he will still control it at the end, which means he will still score long war. But getting the unit on the objective will certainly help,
I'll
too.
just make the save on my hidden bomb. We die.
Oh, where's your...
Do we do Immortal to you when we die? Yes. Do we explode? No.
Just the one mortal. Yeah, it could have been funny.
Now the question is, can I get everybody out without having to emergency disembark? The answer is probably yes. I'll have to watch for 2-inch there.
There's a reason I did do that, yeah.
God, I hate that rule.
So the extended engagement range coming into play here because the engagement range is going to be measured across the terrain here. This little sliver of the terrain. Which means it will force, it will eat up a ton of the real estate that the Harlequin players could potentially land on. So it doesn't look like Jonathon will get enough to put on the objective. The question mark is whether he can fit them all wholly within 3 of the Star Weaver, which it looks like he probably can.
Make sure that I'm wholly within 3. Yeah.
You're not with everybody. No. Okay.
No?
Yeah. That's measuring from off the whole. Same with this guy. This guy's also off. You can't actually.
Can you not?
Actually.
I'm pretty sure he's fine, and then pretty sure that guy's fine now too. Yeah. I think we're good. I mean, I can also just put a guy here and.
Yeah. I think you're fine there.
Yeah. I mean, this guy can just do that, and then he's definitely fine. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Okay. How many die? Nobody.
Oh.
Very nice.
Hey.
Well,
do some consolidation.
Wasn't a perfect turn for Salad. Didn't get the opportunity to knock out a player troop.
That was 3.2, right?
Yeah.
So
but
you'll have to back up
did
more.
kill a unit on the center objective and take it for their long war. No creations or no specimens for the spider scored, however, because vehicles don't count, only monsters and regular units. Unfortunately. I'm a little bit curious about these warp talons pushing forward. That does give Salad the opportunity to push an advance and charge onto objective 5 here, which will potentially allow him to steal that objective away if he's able to get it outside the Troopmaster's heroic intervention, which looks like it is a little tough. But it does open up that unit to get shot. Obviously, the lines of sight are a little bit tough because you have to cut this line of sight like this. But fortunately for Jonathon, his units are very fast. We could just see a couple Star Weavers jump over here and fire their cannons.
Anything else, or is that all she's got?
All right, chat.
That flamer like flubbing.
That was great.
Down to
I scored like an average
the
number.
bottom of 2. 8 points going to be scored for Harlequins. And we do have a Harlequin player troop out on the field, ready to go.
So I would like to fusion pistol.
Oh, that's something I forgot to do. I should have not piled in. Whoopsies. Forgot about that.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, because I should have left a guy here. I was thinking about that and I forgot.
I don't know if I can really even do it as is, because like I feel like your Terminators are gonna be closer.
They currently are right now.
2.8 versus This guy probably could do it. Yeah, this guy could definitely do it. Just wanna give them a good old measure to. So 4.8 to them, and then how much to your Legionnaires? 4 point something, and then to your dude.
3.
Yeah, okay. So we could do that there.
Yeah, a little salt. I messed that up. Whoopsie.
Yeah, SpaghettiOs. So
I
what
do
that
wanna be
does
outside of 3 though
is
so if this goes
puts
horribly wrong,
the Lord Discordant closer than everybody else, which means he's going to eat some fusion pistols. Certainly, obviously, fusion pistols. There's no rerolls usable inside the Star Weaver. Outside, I think you can luck dice them, but you can't use stratagems to affect them. So you can't command point reroll them. Whereas we do have a command point available potentially on Heretic Stardy sides. And we do have a 5+ invuln save on that guy.
Probably not.
I guess he's going to be on a 5+ save either way because of the 8b4 on the fusion.
I don't have any luck dice, so like you're not.
But you definitely don't want to get within 3 because if you let him heroically intervene, he could just kill that unit if you fail to kill him. You could potentially take some mortal wounds from the Neuro Disruptors, and we may see the Shadow Seer try to plink some mortal wounds onto him to make that conversion a little bit easier. but certainly not a sure thing that he loses the Lord Discordant here. And if the Lord Discordant survives, it will be pretty good. Forces a Starweaver farther forward. And if we can take that one out, second time's a charm. Maybe we can take that one out in the shooting phase finally.
You can even deny these guys too.
I can't.
Right in my face. So.
There is no escaping.
There is no escaping that.
It shall be death.
Right here. It's definitely not Fusion Bolt into him. No. So,
I mean, obviously, the thought you can like absolutely kill these guys first with like guns.
Well, I mean the Terminators are still close.
But
right?
the Terminators there's no escaping.
Well, I mean, you say that.
It's never like Nurgle.
I do need to hold this though, so
You do.
we will just hop on here with a couple of guys. None of this is OBSEC, right?
The Legionaries are.
Right.
The red guys are.
Terminators are
What
not
else
though.
is?
You know, I guess. Am I within 6 of you there? Can you measure 6 from my troop master or this player to the to that dude?
You just
I am.
exactly are.
You weren't measured.
I measured it wrong, but yeah, you are.
I guess we may as well get 6 from you just in case like something goes insane and we
You can charge me.
Fusion. You're right. I could. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that one.
Alright, I'm glad you are considering my thoughts.
So Jonathon getting within 6 there in case he overperforms onto the Terminators and kills enough of them that opens the Lord Discordant to get shooting to be an eligible target for them. Although something tells me that probably won't happen.
That seems fine.
Why am I measuring?
If the unit's pushing that far forward anyway, there's not really a reason not to be taking those moves as you
stupid
see fit.
God damn it, gauge range. I hate it.
So you don't measure from your hull, correct?
I do measure from my hull.
Or it's in the base, sorry.
I can measure from my base or my hull.
Okay, got it. I was gonna say, like, that guy is doing some funky stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, her base is broken. She'll actually be a little...
Yeah, move a little farther up.
Just so we're definitely on that. We will do the yellow guys will go and embark in this empty starboard over here.
He's empty.
Yes. He had the white guys inside. Does the Troop Master want to come out and play yet? Probably not.
What guys? Yeah, just go kill my warp talons real quick.
I think I'll pass on that one there, Chief.
Said come out to play. That can be killing warp talons.
I don't think he wants to come out and play yet, though.
What a shame. Sadness.
Or maybe he does. Let's see, if we go if we get a 6-inch advance, no, it's not doable. The only way he would is if I could get him into the Disco Lord. In hindsight, I probably should have put him in a boat in the middle, but
It is
what it is. I guess he'll embark inside of the yellow boat.
So, a lot of people in yellow.
Yeah.
And then, hello.
I still need to shoot stuff into Warp Towns, too.
And so right now, nothing really threatening those warp
You do.
talons.
I mean, you don't. Right? I spoke.
Could put a
You're right, I
couple
don't
shuriken
have
cannons
to.
into them,
I
but they aren't the
want
easiest thing to kill with AP1 weapons unless you roll some rending.
You also do need to put guys on your objective.
Yeah, that's what that empty boat's going to be there for.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
just do this. Stuff there somewhere. Do that. More than 2 there. We can fusion you there. That's probably fine. This guy will just hop back here.
Yep, just like
Can we still see the chaos spawn? Probably not. Feels like this. Can we see anything at all?
Crystal,
No.
my best friend.
The crystal's doing real big numbers for you right now.
Lord's work right now, I tell
Alright.
you.
She'll just kind of come back to it then.
It's not often that you see actual true line of sight get
This
blocked
sword
by
would be
non-obscuring
doable.
terrain,
This-
but
take their
there it
places.
is. That forest too strong for the Chaos Space Marines. No line of sight available.
Man, you could just blast that.
I might. I'm thinking about it.
There's a reasonable chance he lives, though. That's like the awkward part, I think.
Why do you say that?
Because you're hitting on
'cause
fours.
Yeah, I guess I could just not do any
Yeah,
damage.
You could just like flub.
Yeah.
And you
I
could
guess
just
I-
roll like a 3, right?
Yeah.
It's like not impossible.
This is true. I mean, you're right, but I'll give it a shot.
So you
I
got 3
think-
on Long War, right?
I got 3. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank
You
you.
did. Yeah.
Just gotta make sure we get that updated regularly.
Fortunately, it did not give me corn on the cob, which is like I think the biggest shame because I wanted like to do that during. It might cost me in the end.
What's that?
I did not get 2 on specimens, which was like kind of the plan was to kill those blue guys, right?
Sure.
But yeah, I killed the blue guys. Top points.
So Void Weaver's peeking around to take some shots at the Terminators. Terminators
I
in
think,
like,
cover
As much
against
as
the
I
Void
don't
Weaver.
want to dump everything
even
into
against
the
their big
Terminators,
cannons, still
I think
zipping
I
on
just
4s.
dump everything into the Terminators.
I don't know if we have Illusory supplication up right now. I
Say, well, Lance
probably do.
I mean, I don't have anything
I don't
better
see a
to shoot
token
at,
for
so
it.
like,
Not wrong.
But the downside here of playing an army that is so focused on melee attacks is that the Salad's mostly going to have to sit here and take the shooting from the Void Weavers, unless he wants to push a Chosen unit super far forward or something. And try to get a charge on them. We are Dark Sadith this time around, so we don't have access to the Light Sadith strat to run away in response to a charge, which could certainly mess up a matchup like this for Salad. But fortunately, the Dark Sadith are a little bit more aggressive. They just want to get up stuck in a big knockdown, drag-out fight with you, which is what Creation's Bile also want. So 2 armies mostly on the same page, although one of them brought big guns, the other one didn't. We'll see how it goes for them.
we will start out with a Mirror Binds. Just, get the good one out of the way early. We fail. I'll CP reel it.
Blue.
Trying to reroll.
Goes up.
That's like, man.
Yeah, Mirror Mines, probably on the Lord Discordant. We could also try to start poking Abaddon as well with that.
Do you want to deny it? Or?
Let me put on my thinking cap really quick.
Sure.
We do have a 4+ deny strat on Abaddon the Spoiler, so he could 4+ the Mirror of Mines, which can do a significant amount of damage. It does mortal wounds, and then causes both players to roll off, and every time the Harlequin player wins, deals an additional mortal wound. Oftentimes it's just 1 or 2 additional, but that's still going to add up. And there is occasion where it can just plow you for like 6, which is a little bit sad. Means that the Lord Discordant would probably go down, and that's a really big loss for Salad this early in the game. It would make things very difficult for him.
We will do Shards of Light. Goes off. Do you know of any more denies or anything?
Nah.
Do we do this in the
So I
Disco
think
Lord or
do we-
Terminators? We just do Terminators.
We did
D3
stop
to
that one, it looks
Terminators for
Gonna be
1,
Plinking.
and then we'll do Smites.
What the hell?
Which goes off, so D3 into your Corn Brains for 1.
Ow, what the hell?
Shooting. We'll start with the Shadow Seer. She'll shoot her grenade launcher into the Terminators. Yes, fine. So 3 shots, because Blast. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. And your leadership is 10 base, so no, nothing.
Yeah. Also, it's 10 because of the priest.
That's fine. Let's do.
I don't know how that math works. Does the priest happen first, or does the minus happen first?
I don't know. Either way, nothing. It didn't do anything.
Yep.
Let's do this boat. We'll just put well, do we do that boat first, or do we do something else first? Let's go with this void. We will put big guns into the chaos spawn and the shuriken cannons into the marines in the middle.
Yeah.
Big gun, or actually, do we just put everything in marines?
Just leave the spawn to live. Let him live his best life.
I mean, what else? What is he gonna do? Like,
Did we
yeah,
did we
I'll
strat
just-
to cast again with the shadows here?
yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll just put everything into the marines in the middle, I guess.
How
Yeah.
dare you.
I was hoping the smites were gonna go a bit better, but big gun into marines, 2 hits, 2 wounds, AP4.
Well, how does CP spend with that shadows here to kill
Sure.
a single legionary? It looks like. Although we did eat
one,
D4 plus
maybe
9
one.
out of Abaddon.
We're fine. Okay, cool.
Let's do. I mean, realistically speaking, we probably don't get like a cheeky like shuriken pistol through or something on the Terminators, but we'll give it a shot. We'll start with this purple boat.
Yeah.
Just put everything into the Terminators from the guys inside, or maybe do this. Yeah, this one's a smarter idea because this one's more limited down. Yeah, so this one will go. Just everything to Terminators.
Yeah, I think if you shot the other boat first, you'd have lost it.
Yeah, probably. Let's do the shuriken pistol first because that's fun. On a 4. We hit on a 4.
Fine.
Give me 6.
Minus 1.
Oh, right, yes.
Also, did you roll any doubles on that? I don't think so, right?
Doubles on what? The psychic?
On the Shadow Seer? Because you would have taken Bill's back.
I don't remember. I don't.
I
think
don't
so.
believe so. I'm like pretty sure.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. So 2 up. Oh.
No need
Almost.
to tempt it. No need to tempt it.
Nero disruptors. Nothing. Fusions. No, okay, those 2 hit and 2s.
Threes.
2s. 3s, right? It's minus 1. No. 5 up. Or 4 up because covered.
4. That's covered.
You spelled both these for me.
Okay,
So, nothing
Keep
happens.
exchange.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Alright, let's do the teal void weavers, everything into Terminators.
So Black Rune of Damnation doing some work
Sure,
there.
yeah,
Gives
I
the
guess.
Terminator squad -1 to be wounded. We finally got a fusion pistol shot through that was blanked by Mark of Zinch. So we are seeing the resilience of that Terminator squad coming to the fore here. And it is going to be able to, assuming it survives, it's going to be able to slam into these Star Weavers. They do a pretty good job of blowing them up.
Get the box.
Yeah! Pain!
The other void weaver squad. Maybe they can do a little bit better.
That was really abysmal rolling, but
That was terrible.
Right.
That's better. That's average. There we go. 1 AP3, 2 AP1s.
no damage.
You're good. And then the big gun.
And just blanking all these attacks. Look at him
That's
go.
fine. 3s.
That's what you want to be seeing when that big Terminator brick hits the table.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
a-
I'll take 2.
Just a big nothing.
We kill the Terminator.
You did it. You
I
really are the horror
did.
therapy.
The purple one, same thing. So, fusions first, I guess. 1 hit.
So 1 Terminator down
Wounds,
from the Void
Nero
Weavers so
Disruptors.
far.
2 mortal wounds.
Did it.
Trick pistol.
A couple more damage from the
Hits
Neuro Disruptors.
Wound. No, it doesn't wound because it's -1. Wounds. Stupid.
Oh,
The yellow boats.
hold up. I have to think who I'm taking the damage on.
Oh.
Who hasn't shot?
Can you imagine a Harlequin player complaining about dice roll modification on his opponent's models?
Continue, sorry.
Pot calling the kettle black over
Let's
here,
do
chat.
the
Despicable.
purple boat. Well, sure.
These 2 armies that just say like a bunch of -1s, no rerolls against each other. Just trying to flop wetly against each other in the middle of the table. Kind of
You
slapping.
leave like just pain.
That many, no APs. So 2 ups.
Don't you say that number. All right.
The red boat will try it as well. God, maybe I'll roll 6 one day. Oh, this is brutal.
Brutal is subjective.
You're right. You're right. Let's do. Just set a fusion back there, but I really need to do some damage to Terminators. Maybe we don't get this one.
Really, the depth game just can you kill Terminators and can I kill boats? And
Yeah, basically.
it's really just a no.
This boat will do fusions into these guys. We'll do neurodisruptors over here. And we'll do a shuriken pistol into the Terminators as well, I guess. Sure.
You have 2 neuros?
2 neuros in each squad, yeah.
Oh,
Neurodisruptors, Terminators.
Because you have 1 yourself.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fusion pistols.
Big sad on the
One
Neuro
hit.
Disruptor.
1 wound. AP 4. Marine dies. And then the shuriken into the Terminators. Hits.
So this is the Mark of Corn
Boom.
Demon
No, it
Blade
doesn't
guy.
wound.
We did see
It's
this guy
not
kill
fun.
an entire unit of enemy Legionnaires in the last game he
cover
played.
hard to kill.
He might get killed
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
by
Let's do
Multi-guns this
blue
turn,
squad,
this
just
game.
everything to Terminators. So let's do let's do the. Oh, you have a guy at 1, don't you?
I do.
This is a little scary for Harlequins because we are going to turn on exploding 6s
I don't really have any, no.
in melee in Salad's
Let's do
coming
the
turn.
first, I guess. This
So
is-
while they are having trouble hitting
fusions.
Star Weavers at -1 to hit, no rerolls, they are
Good.
potentially going to be
Neurodisruptors.
mitigating that a little bit with their explosions.
There's
He's right there.
Zip.
I've killed 2 so far.
You killed 2. My bet was on 5.
The Void Weavers did so bad.
Yeah. Like, I cannot hit on a 4+. Please help. And, you know.
The yellow boat into the Warp Talons, I guess. Okay. We got a 6. Let's go. We killed the Warp Talon.
He's great.
The green boat will go into the Warp Talons.
So
Big
maybe
ones.
pivoting, not going into the
Just
Lord
roll
Discordant
2
here,
ones and
the
1 to
Star
2s.
Weaver.
I'm really good at rolling 1s and 2s on a 3+.
Okay. Kill 1.
Example A.
I guess we just go for it at this point. Fusions into House, the Disco Lord, and then the other small stuff into the Terminators, because maybe we get lucky.
Okay.
Fusions, 3s to hit you.
So firing Neuros
Oh,
into the turn.
We got them both. 3s?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God.
That's
Oh,
unfortunate,
this is
chat.
brutal.
Two flubbed
Neurodisruptors.
fusion pistol shots into the Lord Discordant. We were just talking about how cool the setup was there to get the Star Weaver. A little bit of a mistake on Salad's part of the table, but he remains unpunished.
Oh, wow, that was so bad.
Do you have any more guns?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think for Jonathan, part of the downside here for Chaos Space Marines, it's very difficult to engage with
not?
them. Well, they don't have a lot of shooting, and they are
Yes.
susceptible to shooting a little bit. Especially the squad with all the buffs on it is very
Why
difficult to
couldn't it be
engage
the
with
other-
them
actually, no, the
with
other way
physical
around.
attacks, regular old attacks,
Um,
because of the stacked defensive abilities that they have. Although, as a Harlequin player, you'd think he would understand that. Basically doing the same thing that Harlequins do.
Clap it up.
You took 2 mortals from those Neurodisruptors, right? So that guy should be at 1.
He should. Oh, yeah. I would have clicked down to 1, but lied to me.
Alright, we'll do charges.
Lies.
Let's do this boat into this guy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He's going to start to defend.
Sure.
Watch out, buddy. Watch out,
Nice.
Buttercup.
This green boat will charge that guy as well.
He's still
Also
set to
goes there.
defend.
Yeah, so
Watch
charging
out.
the boat backwards so we don't
6 there,
potentially
2 there.
So you
allow a
should-
heroic
Run away.
intervention over here.
I will in a little bit. We'll do
That Marine surviving is
Some
actually
shadows here over there,
pretty
she's
good for
alive.
Jonathan, although it will require him to, in order to reliably kill it, it will require him to put or keep an objective secured model on that objective, which I think is okay. The blue player troop here is doing fine.
I'm probably just gonna kill you in charge phase.
So that he doesn't get an objective secured away from him. But it does allow him to move backwards with the Star Weavers, which I'm sure he's pretty excited about.
Yes, that is what is going to be.
So I think good defensive play from Jonathan. I don't think it really saves him from the charge of the Terminators. He is close enough that they're going to be able to get in there, but it doesn't mean that the Terminators can sort of crash across the entirety of his line. What we could also potentially see is like a bit of a pivot with the players to screen out where the Terminators could move to.
His base is broken. That's fine. All right, that's all the charge. Or then yeah, this the strat for the mortal wounds thingy. 4 mortal wounds.
No, we're just going to kill him more. I was just kidding. Get out of here. But
My turn.
That's pretty good. Oh, I'm stupid.
yeah.
Oh no! Wait, I get to pile in and consolidate. Haha! I'm not
There,
stupid.
okay.
It's all part of the.
I was about to mention that Jonathon did move off of his own take your place objective, but it looks like he's going to go back there. Now that the Harlequins use the strat to kill the Marine in the Legionnaire in the charge phase, excuse me. So once they go to their fight phase activation, they get to move 6 inches towards the closest enemy, which allows them to get back on that objective pretty easily. Take your place being scored 8 points on Salad's side of the table, getting 2 more points on Raise the Banners High, and finally models available for him to engage with.
That turn was so brutal.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a bad turn there. But I think what we are going to watch here is the downside of the Heretic Astartes having very few objective secured models, and especially in striking distance of the center objective is going to be brutal this turn, because if Salad does what he wants to do and just pushes these Terminators directly forward, just scoops them across the table and charges a bunch of Star Weavers and blows them up, the Star Weavers are just going to disembark objective secured models onto this objective, and nothing over here has objective secured unless we put a second Legionnaire squad in there, which then opens that up to get killed. So it'll be interesting to see how he elects to respond. But Salad so far looking pretty good. Moving a chosen unit forward. I wonder if we see an advance and charge on the Warp Talons. Nope. Okay. Just kidding. It could potentially throw an advance and charge to try to get a charge onto the Star Weaver in the back here. Yeah.
If I advance.
To charge this thing? Oh, to advance? 6.
Yeah, so it'd be a 6 to get to the objective. They call for the advance and charge. It would be a little tough. It means they start like 13 inches away from the Star Weaver, so you need a 11 on 3d6 probably.
Enough.
So it looks like, yeah, what we could do, in order to contest this back objective, we could declare a charge with the Possessed on the yellow Star Weaver and just move one of them backwards here. We can pull a 2-inch engagement through the wall. So we can basically place like our engaging model here and then in the center and then on the enemy objective. Keeping the coherency like that, and that will contest 1-to-1 on objective 5, so that will actually potentially lock Jonathon down to an 8 or 4-point primary. All the Chosen moving out now. Might be hoping to lock out the middle objective so that no objective secured can get on it. Ooh, I'm not sure about putting... Oh, this is the last Chosen model, excuse me. Thought we were moving the Legionnaires out there. One thing that I think Salad does do is he plays pretty aggressively with his Legionnaires, which does mean that he loses them pretty quickly and loses his access to objective secured very quickly, which can be difficult in a matchup where his opponent has a lot of objectives secured.
Maybe 4 boats.
Clowns having no rerolls the entire faction exposes them to that kind of turn. Well, if only they had some way to get rerolls for free every turn on select dice. If only there was a way. Fortunately, it's not a million rerolls as it was previously. It's only 2 or 3 generally.
I feel like it's
thanks to luck of the Laughing God. But it's still helpful.
Eat bolt gun!
But also, the Illusory Supplication does prevent rerolls from happening entirely. So even having rerolls doesn't really help you that much. You would need rerolls to wound for the most part, but it's still tough to get through.
I think you're good.
I can just move this guy closer.
Yep.
Weird thing, it's going to be outside of range. Weird and wacky rule.
That is a way to describe it, yes. I don't know if it's the correct way, but it is a way.
Actually, Avalanche should move I need to like finish moving my models. Please excuse me. I am very bad at this.
No worries.
But now we do have Harlequins on the board, so Abaddon's rerolls are actually going to be effective. And Abaddon himself, I believe, is full rerolling against that one Star Weaver over there that he has chosen as his chosen prey. Look out, Star Weaver. Your time has come. Abaddon's going to track you down. So pushing forward, yeah, all 3 chosen units. Just yeeting across the table. Gonna go for some big charges here. Gonna use that 2-inch engagement range to hopefully slingshot ourselves into the center with those chosen units. And I think this is going to be the moment of truth. The last turn was a lot of... there's a little bit of positioning. Obviously, that was kind of the ranged alpha strike that Harlequins could deliver. But that shooting Terminators in cover is never really what you want to be doing. They're super duper tough to kill. With that newfound Armor of Contempt, not to mention all of the buffs that Heretic Astartes give them access to. But this is where things are about to get... The Heretic Astartes are about to break cover, and that's going to make things easier for the Harlequins. We're also going to get stuck in melee now, where the Harlequins can also do some additional work, get some mortal wounds done, bring those 2 damage special weapons to bear and their Harlequin player troops. Abaddon sticking through the wall again with that big base. I think his collider is a little bit messed up, I think. The 60 mils a little funky.
Yeah, that's
There. Just cost him. It'll cost him like 2 to get to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
For 4. Sunshine.
Now, I think what I would like to see is a somebody trying to go get that Shadow Seer. The awkward part is the Shadow Seer does represent a 1-turn kill on Abaddon because you can do 3 in the Psychic phase, and then we do have good shooting out of the pistols and the Star Weavers and the player troops, and then the player troops can deal enough. They can do mortal wounds in the charge phase, and although I don't know if they're great at it. And potentially in the fight phase to finally kill him. So Abaddon is a little bit in danger, but it's much more difficult if the Shadow Seer goes down. But it doesn't look like anybody's aiming for him right now. Not to mention the fact that he is a character, so if he gets killed by a Creations of Bile unit, he does score a bunch of points on Specimens for the Spider, which is nice. A little bit of a nice bonus there.
I think we'll just commit 30 yards. I think let's start with the Disco Lure, or start with Abaddon.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't believe it. He's going to shoot the boat named Abaddon.
Yes.
4 guns. Down 3s. 6s explode, because he does that all the time. That's how he works.
Fun. Of course.
Yes.
Alright. I'll just save 1, see what happens. Fail the first one, fail the second one. The last one. Alright. Done 2.
You did get optimized this time. Good job.
I did.
Congratulations. You want a cookie?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it is.
I want a cookie too. The Chosen are going to shoot that boat.
Sure.
5 models,
Look, crack
5d6 on 4 pluses due to mortal wounds in the fight phase. So
Sure.
there is a coin flips chance that they plink Abaddon for 3 in the charge.
It's bolters.
So we could still
it's
one-turn
time,
Abaddon
but
without the Shadow
Abaddon
Seer,
is
but it
green.
makes it much
Yeah, green.
easier if he's there.
So I've done explode. Nope. Grenade. Nope. Alright, good try. Advanced.
Abaddon did a number to the Star Weaver over here. Holy cat. I wonder if we try to plink it with the
Disco
Lord
Lord.
Discordant. It would open up another player troop to potentially get charged.
Is
Be
going
nice.
to shoot one of these boats.
Now, I know there were some questions about the pick of Assassination here for Harlequins. We do have to keep in mind we do have that Troop Master hiding in the wings. I think he is in the yellow Star Weaver. So he's going to start being able to commit this coming turn.
Okay.
And he can represent a pretty powerful assassin himself. He can do a lot of damage to characters if he targets them and then run away, potentially. But on top of that, Jonathon was mentioning before the game that he felt that Salad had to push his characters forward because they're so aggressive. And we are kind of seeing that here.
Everything else.
Outside of Abaddon, none of the characters, and the Dark Apostle, I guess, to be fair, none of the characters actually do anything besides punch people in melee. And to be fair, that's even Abaddon's kind of reason to Etra.
You overcharging your violence.
So if Salad keeps them in the back, you don't get any value out of them besides denying your opponent assassination points. Whereas the potential is there for them to sort of net much greater value than that if you push them forward. Plus, it does sort of kind of retarget where Jonathon's energy has to go, or he has to push to try to kill the characters, which may leave your units alive, which are much better at taking and holding objectives, for sure.
Okay.
Sorry, the Combi Plasmas are going to shoot the players with both profiles, and then the Combi Meltons are going to shoot the Star Weavers with both profiles, obviously.
Sure.
Okay.
So how many bolter shots is it into the players?
It will end up being 12, 8 of them hitting on 3s, 4 of them hitting on 4s.
Okay. Yeah, just go for it.
Alright. So here's the bolters that hit well. They reroll once from Abaddon. Still missed.
4s. -1 to wounds, because they're in the Shadow Sphere.
Yeah.
Take a wound. Okay.
With the other 4s.
It's on the lead now. It's okay.
And the Plasma, so should do a 4 shots, because, you know. Okay, there you go.
The lead takes a wound.
Should kill the lead, yeah?
No, it's one
okay,
damage.
never. I see what you mean. Yeah, sorry. And then the Reaper autocannons
Into the boat.
into the boat. Sorry, that one should not be there.
Yeah, you're good. Good. Take one. Take one.
The bolters into the boat.
Jonathon
Your
doing
bolters
well with
in
the
the boat?
invulnerable save so far.
Combi Meltons.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well shoot both. For fun.
One. You good?
Yeah.
Meltas.
Save's looking good. And then Melta's
he does.
flub against the Star Weaver.
The pink squad will shoot the boat
Yep.
for bolters.
We've got standard bolters in the Chosen as well, which is kind of helpful.
Oh,
One goes
oh,
through.
so
Does he go down? Nope. Survives a
Stop
bullpen
it.
shot.
You-
Oh my god.
I mean, look, I wouldn't be complaining. just look at my last shooting phase.
The Disco Lord is going to shoot the...
I think mostly these two armies having real trouble actually killing
Yellow
each other
Star
so
Weaver.
far, which is a little bit funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to get the people out the boat. I hate boats. I hope you know.
I don't know why you would, dude. Why you would hate boats.
Yeah, we're going to shoot the Yellow Star Weaver. Ow. 4 shots. The stupid box. Alright, 1 mortal, 3 saves.
One mortal, 3 saves. May first. Don't make that one. So take 3
3.
wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
I felt great.
Sorry you're wrong, but... crap. I don't have many more guns. This is awkward. Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Just no boat's dead. No one popped.
I'll take it.
I will. Unacceptable. I guess there's some blue guys who can shoot.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's see.
I got 1 blue guy who can see your red boat,
Yeah.
and then the other 3 guys are going to shoot your yellow boat.
Sure.
So the 1 blue guy can see that.
I don't know if the other 3 can see the yellow boat.
the yellow
only-
boat.
Yeah, I think only 2.
Alright, then 2, Shelby.
Or no, those 3 can't. But are those 3 the champions, the one with the bolt gun?
Oh, yeah. Champion does not have the bulk gun.
Yeah. So 2 can shoot the yellow. 1 can shoot red, and then this one can only shoot.
Yeah, so I just
green,
shot
I
the
guess.
red and made one
Yep.
hit.
Yep.
Or right.
And then you 1 into the green boat, or 2 into the yellow first, I guess, yeah. And then 1 into the green boat.
Trying as hard as we can to clip these
Right.
guys out.
Charges.
Oh my god. All that shooting, no
Right.
Star Weavers killed. Feels a lot like Jonathan's shooting phase 2.
I mean, yeah.
But things get dicey here because we do have to get rid of
Spawn
these
them towards
objective
the green.
secured models on the Harlequin side without allowing them a 12-point primary. Because if you allow them a
That
12-point
is enough.
primary, Harlequins are so good at scoring bottom round 5, 12 primary that it is highly likely that that's what we see. Would basically allow Jonathan 2 free 12-point turns. Unacceptable for the Chaos Space Marines, unless they can push for a table real quick here. Trying to get an angle into the blue troop with the Lord Discordant, but I think it might be tough.
Players and 2 of the green boat. So if I moved like that.
I don't. Hold on a second. Let me do top down real quick. It's hard
Which
with.
would be like a 4 to 5 inch move.
Yes, you'd be 2 there, and then
It'd
I
be
guess
2 there.
2 through the thingy. Yeah,
So he's gonna charge both like that.
sure.
Okay, that 5 will make it because it's only 2 inches of turning.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Why couldn't you have rolled really high or really low so we wouldn't have to?
I know, right?
Okay, so if you go
1 inch, guaranteed. If I move 2 more inches.
Yeah.
I don't even need to move 2 more.
So the awkward part here is that we do have to rotate our base around in order to fit between the 2 pillars here of the ruins and successfully charge the player troop and the Star Weaver with that extended engagement range poking through the obscuring terrain. And that is one of the intended purposes of the extended engagement rule, was to allow models to push additional distance through the terrain so that they couldn't get entirely screened out.
This is the reason I want to pop that shot here. Put some classical wrap and traps.
Mm-hmm.
Good old classic. Terminators are going to destroy the scene and charge the blue, the red, the purple.
Sure.
No one going for that Shadow Seer, though.
Oh god.
I think they
That
still
is
make that, to
not
be
enough.
fair.
I don't even. Alright, well, I have
No,
what's for
not
any
quite.
reason.
Gotta re-roll
that
that
again, please.
charge? Oh, that's embarrassing, Terminators.
Make
What are
up
you
for my
doing?
Star Weavers shooting last turn, or my Void Weavers.
There you go. 8.
How could you?
Get some new dice in there. Big charge. Come
Ow.
on in, boys. All right. Let's see some happenings
So
here.
when you like explode, right?
Mhm.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
How does the damage get dealt?
When I
Like,
explode, or when you kill me and I
when
do my
you
death
do your
mortals?
mortals, do I have to be engaged with you, or
It's
is
the
it
unit that attacks me.
the unit that attacked you? All right.
Yeah, I think Salad worrying here that Jonathan could redirect the mortals somewhere else.
Here we go.
That's not how it works, fortunately.
It's Papa Pow Clan. No, he's not. That pillar. Wait, can he? Yeah, he can. I have another turner back there. I'm blind. Hey there, pal. Alright, pink is gonna charge the green Star Weaver.
Sure.
Well, I now have a goal to see how many can I wrap and trap and be annoying. I rolled a 9.
You did.
Yeah, so I think the point here is that only one of the Star Weavers can emergency disembark in this situation, because you can only use the stratagem once per phase. So I think what Solid's going to try to do here is probably activate first with the Chosen squad and start moving his units around the sides, his models around the sides here, so that when he starts destroying these Star Weavers with his big squads, with Abaddon and the Terminators, they actually start, and the same with the Chaos Spawn, which is going to come around the side here, and the Warp Talons. The Harlequin troopers inside are actually going to start running out of spaces that they can stand to disembark.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think they made it. Got a funny feeling.
A little bit funky, one might say, even.
Potentially.
So Warp Talon's not... They are looking to complete the the trap, but they are not looking to contest Objective 5, which I think they could have done.
Really
especially with a 9-inch charge.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been easy for them.
We'll have that spawn basically, I guess.
They only needed a 7, maybe?
This guy will actually get really close to this boat. So
Sure.
You can throw out a 2-inch bubble. He'll base you, I guess.
Sure.
Alright. Actually...
And then basing the Star Weavers is very important because it does prevent Jonathon from interrupting to try to angle with their Pylon Consolidate moves, angle a Star Weaver out so that he can then leap the Harlequins out, which could give him another out to get Harlequin troopers out of danger. So I think he should be able to complete wraps on at least 2 of these Star Weavers, potentially a 3rd one as well, and then he just leaves this one alone.
Chain Cleaver into green and everything else into the players.
Sure.
Yep, so we're going to fight first with the Hellstalker Discordant. Now I wonder what we do. Oh, and it looks like he's based the purple Star Weaver with a Terminator. So the purple Star Weaver will have to be killed here. So there's not really a reason to interrupt anywhere. Potentially with the red unit, the red Star Weaver, because I don't believe that is touched. Which means it could potentially try to move this way and then disembark units somewhere over here.
He's just going to take the mortals, I think. He's going to take these.
Okay. That wasn't as bad as I was hoping it was going to be.
They'll just take the mortals. So yeah, successful wounds is 1, or successful wound roll is 1 mortal wound. A 6 wound is 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
3 damage. So you know.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
If I'm going to lightning fast somewhere, it would be here. So yeah, I'll lightning fast the boat. Why not?
The boat, all right. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. And then everything, the small stuff into the players, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Hit you 3 times. I have 1 more attack. Sorry. Hit you 5 times. Sorry.
I hate that.
My bad. You take
5
5 mortals. Do I hold on.
Okay.
I might do something funky, but it's just industry roll.
Sure.
It's funky. All right, you die. Bye bye.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so we're dealing 1 mortal wound for each successful wound roll. So you just put pushing for our mortal wounds there with the reroll, which deals 5, and then the 6 deals an additional mortal wounds, thanks to the Flames of Spite. So that would be 6 mortals, without even having to worry about the invulnerable save at all. That's how you get around that invulnerable save. And we are seeing some good use now that we're going into this sort of disembark step. There's some good use of the extended engagement rule here, where this Warp Talon is extending its engagement range to 2 inches through there. We do have a little bit of space here, because it only has a 1-inch engagement range there. But I do think that still requires an emergency disembark. Otherwise, it only gets maybe 1 model out. So this is some good counter-transport play. And for those who are wondering, chat, we did talk about this in Advanced Tactics. A lot of the stuff that's the techniques that are being used in this game we talked about previously. We have a fight phase Advanced Tactics coming very soon. And we also have a transport Advanced Tactics that talks about a lot of these transport countering mechanics that Salad is trying to make use of. So you can go check that out. If you're a YouTube channel member, you have access to that already, and patrons as well at the advanced tactics level.
And you can only finally consolidate
6.
3 inches each, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you fall back, I can like with Slanesh, I can.
Yeah. We're gonna lose 2 of them. It's less than ideal.
I'll take it.
But it is what it is.
So we did pay to emergency disembark.
So.
I'm just gonna throw them out there. Technically, we do
So put some obstacle on the objective.
roll,
Do you
deploy
objective?
first, and then roll. But I think Jonathon had plenty of space to
We'll
fit
get
the
it,
entire
Walter.
unit.
Yep.
So, and then would just remove the ones that he didn't
I
care
don't
about
think
anyway, so it
we
didn't
can
make
prevent
much of a
that, to be
difference.
fair. Alright. That's them, and then you can hit the.
Okay,
the
so
vote
objective
with your,
secured, maintained on the
just for
center
the-
objective, which
you
means
guys
I'm
can
not
just
sure
vote.
that
Yep. So here's
Salad
the
is going to be able to wrest control of that, unless that
Yeah.
player troop runs away, which is
One to
unlikely.
wound.
It's actually
It's on
impossible, I
wound.
think. The lead players lead 8.
Not then.
Yeah.
Right. No mortals, but you have
3?
3 homes.
There's 2.
Alright, here's the D6 attacks.
Yep.
3. Hit you 4 times.
Yep.
Yeah, the Lord Discordant is giving himself +1 to hit, so he's ignoring the
Take a mortal.
So 1 mortal and 4
Harlequins
saves.
panoply
And, nope,
for -1 to hit.
Only 1 save.
Oh, it's just 1 mortal. It's just 1 mortal wound and 1 save.
Yep.
Okay, so the save first. We're fine. Mortal wound, 5 of feel of pain. We're fine. So
Laughing
lose
God's
2,
Eye
and
there.
do they do mortals to you when they die?
Protecting the Harlequin
Yes,
players.
okay.
And 2 mortal wounds back to the Lord Discordant. Plinking him for a little bit, slowly but surely. We're almost halfway down on the
Right.
Lord Discordant for mortal wounds.
What's next?
Good stuff.
Next question.
It is situations like these where I wish that charging units were allowed to, or disembarking units were allowed to be targeted by chargers, like a heroic entertainer. In this situation, though, this player troop that wasn't here at the start of the charge phase is now on the objective, and this Terminator squad, despite the fact that they could certainly consolidate or pile in around to reach them, can attack them at all. They just these guys are just chilling, which is a little bit unfortunate, and really the strength of dedicated transports. So I think in order to prevent the 12-point primary from happening, I don't believe actually we have a recourse because the Warp Talons didn't go for this objective, which I think they could have by stringing back like we talked about. That will probably give Jonathon a 12-point primary. So despite the fact that he's going to lose a lot of material this turn, he is going to be getting a ton of points, and the resulting Harlequin troops disembarking will be in a pretty good position, although he's losing a lot of models.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Alright. How much damage are these each?
Oh, just 1.
I might just.
That's the fact.
Yeah, I don't think we can get out anywhere.
That would be
We might be able to fit like 1 guy somewhere potentially. Maybe a guy back there.
Yeah.
I'll just roll 4 ups. We die. Do we do a mortal to you? Nope. Do we explode? No.
Nope.
Alright, we'll see if we can place anybody.
So Purple Star Weaver goes down. We are now out of uses of
There, probably not.
emergency
2 inch
disembark, so
engagement.
we have to be worried about that. 2-inch the extended engagement range and the Chosen, and things are getting really awkward for positioning on these models. It looks like a Harlequin player troop might actually die inside his transport here.
Just dead.
Bye.
Yeah.
And I'm not even. I think Abaddon has a larger engagement range than that too, because his base is a little bit messed up. Well, there you go. That is how you do it. I think kind of a master class here on combat phase movement from Salad. He did allow this unit to get in, but it was going to be very difficult for him to do that without the Lord Discordant being knocked out of the ability to fight.
Like, that's like the limit.
He needed, basically, I think needed
Hopefully
this
get
guy to
2.
be able to consolidate over here, but I don't think you fight first with the Warp Talons because I don't think they kill the Star Weavers by themselves. So
He's like over there.
we might fit 1 trooper. Looks like we do.
Not that nice. And then
Like this guy would be off right now where he is.
I don't think you're measuring from the wing. The wing's here, right?
I'm measuring from like out. I'm on like the outer tip of the wing. I'm from straight down. That's the tip of the wing.
I can't see Trevi's hand is over. No, because you're a little further back.
Trevi's agreeing with me.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I can fit one guy.
You can fit exactly one guy, but I don't think.
Sure, I'll take it. One guy. Does he die on the disembark? No. That would have been tragic.
We get
Spent all
one.
that time to-
We get
for him to
one in
just
the
die.
player team.
Okay.
That Weaver's dead, and now we get to consolidate with the Chosen.
These guys are also gonna go bully this boat now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to potentially
No,
try
it's
to
fine.
eat some real estate on the
And
second star.
You're gonna
Weaver.
get the disembark, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, where was this?
You
This
are
guy was-
engaging this guy, to be fair. But I don't know if you care.
I think this Chosen unit's just going
I
to
don't
engage everyone for the
now.
Sounds good.
purpose of completing the wrap here. And I think we
Wrap
fight with the
down.
Chosen
So
now.
we're
If the
leaving.
Chosen
Right.
get a good wrap and extend their engagement range here, we could clip out most of the player troop in the red transport as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be brutal. All right, well, this is what Salad needed to do. He needed to be able to
We're gonna stay outside green.
knock most of the Harlequin troopers out inside their transports because he didn't really have another good way to do it, and I think he's doing it. So he is going to be donating a 12-point turn here, but, I mean, he's basically neutralized, probably. He'll probably kill the blue squad here, and another squad is down to 1, and it's probably similar story for the red squad. Will be down to relatively low. You might be able to fit a bunch of them in sort of like this area, but I don't know about the whole unit. Because we have the engagement range from this guy and the 2-inch engagement range from the Chosen to worry about.
Flawless.
Yeah, he does have OBSEC chat, it's true. But he did lose 4 buddies this turn, so there is a
Right.
non-zero chance he flees. A 33% chance he runs away at lead 8, losing 4 guys. Really cool turn from Salad. And there is a non-zero chance he even peels out the yellow squad with the Troop Master in it, the yellow transport as well. So I think regardless of the fact that he's given up the center objective, he will still probably have killed a ton of
And then
Harlequin units. We really want to kill these 2 players in order to score specimens for the spider.
all like this. Yeah. Yeah, like that.
But we're
Back 4
only
in the boat
grabbing
and then the front 4 into the
a
boat.
low score on Long War, though, not a big score, because we are not controlling the middle objective.
Into the players, I'm just gonna roll. It's gonna be 13 attacks.
Sure.
It's all like first profile. Oh, yeah.
3s.
Yeah, so -1 from the shadows here coming into play there.
Well,
-1 to wounds,
There's a chance that I
which is why the strength 6 isn't willing on 2s.
So look at eyes.
Oh, but invulnerable saves get bossed in the
Does he do
second
mortal to
unit.
you?
No way.
Nope.
That's brutal. So we might cut Salad on specimens for the spider? No way, chat. Oh no. That's not what you want to see as the Chaos Space Marine player. Not enough Terminators able to get in then, that guy. Yeah, just 4. Those Terminators are tanky, and they do a reasonable amount of damage, but it's not insane. They're only strength 6, 1 damage outside of the Chain Fist guys. And that -1 to hit hurts for sure. Especially, I guess we didn't buff them with Abaddon. Well, interesting.
4 ups.
Really
4
rolls one at a time.
He dies. Does he immortal to you? Yes. Does he explode? No.
So here's the other Star Weaver. Let's see what we can
I can get these guys out.
prevent on disembarks. Okay, so it looks like this squad is going to have some room to disembark, yeah.
Probably not all of them.
Who wants 2 depending on where you place?
Well, I think he's over the tree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
if I like place over here,
You
then-
essentially can't like place like here. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
'cause it's
yeah,
there
yeah.
to me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the awkward part about that extended engagement rule is the engagement range has to be measured over the terrain.
And then 5 of them.
Okay, so this
die.
Harlequins player's troop did get out.
Okay.
Okay. Then
One guy one guy died. All right, so
Talons are gonna
not quite as good as I think we were hoping.
Sure.
actually.
Especially since that blue player survived, which is a little bit wild.
That guy like
Jonathan's army, well, the Star Weavers are finally going down this turn. Jonathan's army still refuses to die. No, it says, I'll make all my invulnerable saves. I don't care what your AP is. AP 3? Get out of here. I'll save on a 4.
This guy will touch the terrain.
Sure.
We're just gonna attack like that.
Yep.
16. Oh god.
5s. You're rolling.
4's rolling it.
Oh, this shooting 5?
Dude. Bile. What do you want?
Oh, fair enough. Take 1,
Like
2.
3.
Kidding me.
Well,
The
finally
boat's
the
going
invulnerable
down.
saves failed. Starweaver goes
So
down with the
annoying.
Troopmaster in it.
Maybe I should have taken it, bring it down. 'Cause I've killed a lot of boats. Killed 5 boats.
Yeah, it's fine. Does he do immortal to you? No. Does he explode? No.
Oh, actually did want the explosion.
6 guys. One of them dies.
Very nice.
They'll just kind of do. Just kind of in here. This will go with there, I guess. Sure. Okay.
No. So which fool's lost life this turn? Lost friends.
So Possessed, I like this move here. The Possessed is using its Bound Consolidate to just ram into the center of the formation here, of the scrum, because the Possessed do actually reduce your leadership by 1,
Mhm.
Weird, wacky.
which will make these morale checks, because a lot of units, in fact, every single unit in the middle here has lost at least 1 model this turn,
Without
which means the morale checks are going to be brutal, and that -1 is probably going to matter. I guess not on red or yellow, but it will matter on green and blue, because red and yellow only lost 1 in the early date. And this move here, trying to keep the Lord Discordant alive.
that was a really cool backflip.
He's styling. Okay.
Let me just check something. Don't think he can hop
I would have
over
to
me.
advance. Right, yeah, like I could just advance, right?
But you can't hop. Importantly, what I'm asking is you can't hop over me and then.
Oh, to shoot him
Shoot.
now. Negative.
All right.
Okay. Am I good to punch you back?
Couple fights, yeah.
I'll just start with the Shadow Seer. No minuses to hit on those guys or anything.
No.
3 wound you, 4 AP1s, or AP2s, I guess. But down to AP1s.
How many?
4. I'm
Four,
chosen.
four, yeah. Okay.
So 3 go. So D3 each. First is 3. Second is 2.
Next
I
one.
would like to kill another one.
You just roll the last dice then.
I mean, I could luck dice this. Reroll it.
You luck dice.
I'll just. Yeah, so, yeah. 2 die. 3 and then 3.
Yeah.
Alright, and then the player will attack them. My time.
Wait, what weapon does this guy have?
The player?
Play the fusion. Don't want him to. I think I should keep him locked in.
I mean, I can also
You
just fall back and shoot. Yeah.
Take me a second.
I mean, I still am in engagement range, so.
That's fine.
Alright, so yeah, just 4 attacks in the chosen. From him, 3s. We're not in reroll 1's wound range, so nothing. The one guy in engagement with these guys. That should
Those reds should not have been engaged. Right?
Yeah, you're good. I just placed them too close. Yeah. So his attacks are the Terminators. So threes or 4s and 5s. 1 AP 3.
Does not matter. You can still use it though.
I don't think you engaged any of this stuff. Nope.
Right.
That's 6. Yes. We'll start with the purple guy.
Purple guy.
Is
3
fine.
plus 4, 7. He's
Yep.
fine.
The blue guy. It's fine.
Fine.
Everybody else is fine.
Green has to take it. They lost 2.
They're leash pick.
Bishop 8. You have a spawn like being chilling next to them.
What does that do?
Minus 1 leadership.
Oh, okay. So on a 6 I run. I'm good. Just grab
Oh,
it.
that's so close. Right.
I think that's it. Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good turn. Pretty good turn, I'd say. Okay.
How many? Okay. How many? What did I kill? I killed. 2
So
boats
unfortunate
that are on the
for
objective.
Salad there. He didn't get as many of the Harlequin players as I think he'd hoped. He lost the center objective, so he's going to be giving Jonathon a 12, and he only gets 2 on Long War because he does not control the objective in the middle, and he doesn't get anything for specimens.
This one was like here, right?
That guy had his like nose pointing out, right?
Did it? And we can check the VOD. We can try. Yeah, we can go back and check. We can get that.
How many people were on the objective? For later, I guess. Your turn. So all the troops are literally out right now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
What are confidence levels right now? How do you feel?
It's not going great. After we completely whiffed into Terminators that one turn, yeah, it was not great. And then we whiffed into Disco Lord. Like, we just whiffed everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, it was brutal.
It is great. It's good. It's great. They find lovely.
Well, I mean, we kind of just have to fight, you know? Don't really have an option. I don't
So
think.
it looks like the green and yellow Star Weavers were.
Oh, were they? Okay,
overlapping
fair
this
enough.
center, yeah.
So then, yeah, you killed 2 boats on the objective, so that'd be 2 points, right?
Yeah, because they don't limit it, which is weird. Because you can get it in any formation of the place.
Yeah.
Don't know why though.
It's a pretty good secondary. Believe it or not, it's pretty good.
It's only really good for 3 objectives, so it's a little awkward after that.
I guess. This guy.
Really want to cut you down, but that'd be funny. But also,
Okay, go for it.
I really wish this guy killed.
Do that. Probably.
So probably looking for, it looks to me, I'm not entirely sure, but I think the Dark Apostle might be kind of out in the wind here. He is kind of difficult to
Actually,
kill
almost
because he has
worth
his
it,
2
yeah.
disciples with him, so a little bit of a Blade of Wounds.
You think?
Because then you can't get fusions into the Disco Lord, which is what I don't want.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like that's the only fusion shot you can put into him, which is like pretty good. Right? You can't get anybody else. No more fusions into him.
I mean, unless I kill the Chosen, but yes.
Unless you kill the Chosen, which I mean,
It's not super easy to do.
yeah.
I don't think I can kill Abaddon this turn.
Maybe a little bit of thinking earlier. You can pass a climb type if I want to cut you down. Because it would be 4 guys, because there's 4 guys in the
You
game.
want to consider cut them down? Yeah, sure. I mean, I do have 5 if you're looking at squatter wins.
Oh, never mind.
So.
I forgore.
Alright, so we want to smite Terminators.
Yeah, so because of the extended engagement range, I actually did have 4
you felt
Terminators
bad.
engaging that model because we were basing him at the
Did she
top here.
What?
I
So
don't think she was
these
engaged
4
right
would
now.
be able to see him, or engage him. So on 6s, we're going to roll 4 dice, hoping for a 6 to kill that guy, but because it happens immediately,
Yeah, no, she was
you would get to
definitely
have the Laughing God's Eye save against the Mortal Wound.
this guy.
So we're just hoping that the player doesn't convert
Back here.
fully into the Lord Discordant.
Falls back. Just we can still shoot.
Yep.
Because Harlequin.
Yay.
I feel like this turn is just going to be like us. Like,
It's gonna be a mess.
I feel like it's going to be me killing a lot of your stuff, and then you also killing a lot of my stuff because fight on that.
I have a feeling a lot of players are about to feel really bad this turn.
Probably.
Yeah,
Unless
so
I
we may
like my
see
shooting face goes.
a bit of a mutual annihilation here, which is kind of the shtick of both of these factions, both dealing damage when they die. The question is who comes out on top of that, and I think it's whoever has the most OBSEC remaining. I am a little bit worried that if Salad loses too much stuff here, he probably isn't looking good in the latter half of the game, and he's already he's not really down, or he's not down on score currently, but that's only because his secondaries have triggered, but the Harlequins have not yet. So Jonathon still has a ton of points available on No Prisoner's Assassination, and that No Prisoner score is probably going to be racked up pretty quickly here. Looks like he's already at 3-ish points already. But with a 12-point turn and the availability of bottom round 5 scoring, I think Jonathon's going to be looking good. And especially if Salad doesn't end up, he doesn't end this turn with any units that can engage those Void Weavers. Because if he trades with the units in the middle, basically if all of this stuff dies, we're left with probably the Astartes characters versus these players and all of the Void Weavers. The models in the back here could potentially get up into the Harlequin home objectives, but it's going to be a long slog for them, and they're going to be taking Void Weaver fire the entire time. And because Jonathon's already has a little bit of an advantage and does have those kill secondaries, if Jonathon can sort of push the attrition in his favor right now, he can actually close this board state out to a win eventually.
Long and hard.
Are you kidding me? Alright, sure. Shards of Light doesn't go off. Smite, yeah. We get that one.
Yay.
For 1 mortal wound. Okay, yeah. It's going great. Shooting.
Glad you both agree on that.
These guys will fusion the Chosen, Nero Disruptor, the Terminators, and I guess we'll just short the Terminators. Fusion. Yeah, correct. No, it's fine. Fusion. Both miss. Nero Disruptors. I can't reroll, right? So 1 more one. The Shuriken Pistol. Misses. Good job, guys. Let's do.
Not great shooting
let's just
so
try to
far.
fusion the Disco Lord, whatever.
That's what it feels like, Harlequins. That's what Trans Hitman -1s feel like all the time.
Good try.
Let's
Lock.
use Lock Dice.
Although, to be fair, Harlequins
try.
aren't on units with a 0+ armor save, typically.
Man, your fusion physics suck. You should upgrade them.
All my shooting sucks. It's not just the fusions. All right. Cool. Like, what do we do? Let's just put the Void Weaver, Shurikens into the Purple Chosen, and Big Guns into the Terminators, I guess.
Okay. For which squad?
The teal one, the one over on the far side. Big Guns. All right,
Nice hit.
Good start. 3 to wound. Okay, 2. I'll take it.
Okay.
You for it?
Okay.
Get one too?
Kill one.
Yeah,
Thanks.
cool.
Thanks.
Shurikens. 183. Those at AP 1.
Going on.
Alright.
Kill 2-2.
Yay, we did 2 damage.
You did it, Bob. You really are the one.
And you just keep making your 2-ups too. Like, I don't think you failed the 2-up yet.
I failed 2-ups in my mind.
I guess the pink Void Weavers will just. You're gonna have 1 wound. Let's do the reds or the green squad. We'll do Nero Disruptor into the Terminators, and fusion pistols into
The spawn.
into the Chosen.
Spawn is a nice target
Fusion
for the
pistols.
fusion pistol.
One hit.
Because the conversion's nice, but it is the least
Yeah, we
valuable
gotta
thing
move
over
AP4.
here, if you can believe it. This
Congratulations.
big hulking
I roll a
monstrosity,
See,
significantly less valuable than these Chosen and
The Nero Disruptor.
Talents.
Yay, we did a mortal wound to the Terminators.
Terminator's down to
Let's
just
do
6.
now. Let's do the pink Void Weaver squad. So
Half
Shurikens
strength.
into the
Might
purple
have to
Chosen
worry
and
about
big guns
coherency
into the
now.
Terminators.
Nobody dies.
Sure.
Big guns.
Congratulations.
Nice. We got a wound. Let's go. Can we kill a guy?
No.
Not. Shuriken cannons.
Good cover.
Oh, that was a really good hit roll. Okay, there we go. The first time I've rolled more than one AP3. You make all the 2-ups. Okay, cool.
I'm really good at this game. It takes incredible.
All right, you fail one.
See, it takes incredible skill.
All right. Orange.
Can we just take a moment, chat, to reflect on the fact that we're in a position where we're complaining about the resilience of Chaos Space Marines, a faction with previously 2 months ago had some of the worst defensive profiles in the game. Now, Armor of Contempt, multiple wounds, in cover, looking good. Trans Hitman, -1 wound. Chaos Terminator is just chilling here, taking immense damage, making a bunch of 2+ saves. And just blanking the shooting phase of
At least we got a Void Weaver.
an entire Harlequin army.
We take
Two.
those.
You got 2 through.
We take those. The Troop Master will just try the Shuriken pistol into the Terminators. He hits. He wounds an AP3. Oh, he fails it. Let's go.
Fail a save.
Let's go.
All right, down to 4 Terminators. We've almost got them,
turning
chat.
around now. Not really. Players into Terminators with everything. Fusion pistols. 1 hit. 1 wound. Please fail.
No.
Of course not. No disruptors. 2 mortal wounds.
I know. Your disruptors have been consistently.
Yeah, the Neuro Disruptors have been doing well.
I mean, well,
turns out
not
that gun's
really.
pretty
They didn't do
okay.
great
So
turn
you have to roll, no wound roll.
The Shadow Steel will
Fire
just
is
shoot a
pretty
grenade
good.
launcher into the Terminators.
Mm-hmm.
1 shot. Hits.
Nope. It's not. What
I
is
do appreciate the flying V formation that the Harlequins have adopted here, driving a wedge into the heart of the Chaos Space Marine line.
We still got more. I have these guys and this guy.
Yeah.
We have not done nearly as much as I was hoping, or nearly as much as I needed to do.
Take both.
So we will shoot with. What do we shoot with? These guys will do their Neurodisruptors into the Terminators, and fusion pistols will go into the
Spawn.
Chosen.
Okay.
Neurodisruptors. Nothing. Fusion pistols. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
Never seen the 1 in 27 before. I'm good at this game. I should help.
Oh my god.
All right.
Chosen blank 2 fusion
Cool.
pistols in the cover save again.
Yeah.
Let's
Just make all our saves. I guess that's a good enough strategy.
Other than that, only from the past.
We'll do Shuriken cannons from here into the Warp Talons. Oh, that was pretty good. Can we do that for the wound roll?
Strange.
Oh, we kind of
I
did.
apologize.
2 AP3s on the Warp Talons, 2 AP1s.
Like the AP1s.
Yeah, of course.
We'll take the AP3s first
Sure.
on the guys in the open. 'Cause, hey,
Of course. Only 1.
Hope our TTS sticks
That's
around
up
here.
on the other guy in the open.
Not sure what that was, but so far so good.
Oh, this is so brutal.
actually,
All right.
I'm gonna take the other guy.
Sure.
That's it. Problem solved.
Charges. These guys will charge the Chosen.
Yeah,
To
so
defend. Yar.
no,
May as well.
there's no interrupts available for the Chaos
Yeah,
Space
but-
Marines, but Creations of Bile doesn't
I've really
generally
learned
tend to
like,
interrupt
the power of just setting to defend.
because they will just fight on death.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, somebody told me, hey, you should set to defend more often. I'm like, that's a good point.
It's a good idea.
And now I never like don't not set to defend.
This guy would need like a 6 in there.
Trying to push some guys from the Lord
I guess
Discordant
we
to kill him.
probably
Get some
just go for that,
assassinations.
Let's see.
Yeah, sure. The purple guy will charge the chosen, the Terminators.
The
and
pink
the
will set to
Disco
defend.
Yes.
The Terminators will set to defend.
Maybe considering
we'll
an
set to defend.
Overwatch.
It's not really Overwatching one guy.
We can hold steady for a 5+
We're not
Overwatch
gonna do the
and have
boost
rerolls
Overwatch
from
because it's just
Abaddon.
Sure.
So this is a
Disco
dangerous
Lord.
Overwatch.
Actually, you can't. He's a vehicle.
This guy's good.
D6. We found.
And that trooper flubs it. Oh no. Yeah, this is not going Jonathan's way this turn.
Alright,
Yikes.
this guy will charge Terminators,
Spikes.
Disco Lord, I guess.
He has AP2 up to AP3.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, just Terminators and Disco Lord.
So forcing a Lord Discord into a 4+ save is a not zero chance of killing him.
Sure.
Nah, he'll be fine.
Okay. We go 6. Cool.
Cool.
Troop Master will charge Disco Lord. We kind of have to, yeah. He'll charge the Disco Lord. I guess we'll just do all 3 of these things here.
Yeah. Let's see if you're not charging all 3, you're doing something wrong.
So, I mean, you can't interrupt, so it's like, yeah. I mean, you find a death, but yes.
I do have fighters. I'll just
Yeah, everybody who
No.
dropped their
where do you
bets
fight
on
chosen.
Just
that,
so-
that 25%
Abaddon.
on Heretic
I don't feel
Astartes.
like it.
Looking a little bit juicier
yes.
now.
Then the red guys
We
will
start to
charge
put our faith in
Terminators.
the Smash Master. Hopefully this Troop Master can just clear out the entirety of a Chaos Space Marine army. We do have TCP for Jonathon to start dumping mortal wounds out.
Yellow guys and the Terminators.
Problem is that with these fight on deaths, if this Troop Master gets caught out of sequence, there's a non-zero chance he just gets punched
Probably not right after
and
the
turned into soup.
You're really gonna let my Warp Talons go commit robbery?
I mean, it's just gonna kill me if I charge them.
That's fair.
Actually, maybe not. Maybe they just go over there, or maybe we do that with the green guys.
Yeah, I do wonder if we're at the
Probably do it with the
position
green guys.
on Jonathan's side where we just start committing in and hoping that the -1 to hit, 4+ invulnerable save stays strong, because it has been good for Jonathon so far. Jonathan's saves have been solid. He only started losing Starweavers when Salad was basically able to overload the saves with masses of attacks on the Chosen and the Chaos Terminators. He wasn't able to do anything with low volume attacks.
Actually, yeah, 1, 2. Wait. Yeah, it doesn't.
All right, let's do fights, I guess.
Yep.
Yes. Start with the Troop Master because he's gonna die. We'll do 1 attack into Terminator. Yeah, 5 into the Disco Lord, 1 into the Terminators, I guess.
Do I accept the fact? Yeah, that's fine.
Why? What could you do?
I would -1 damage, but I'm not.
Into the Disco Lord.
Into the
You get them all?
squad.
Yeah, so I think what probably
T6.
happens here is the Lord
You're
Discordant
on.
gets ganked by the Troop Master,
So 3 more wounds.
and then fights on
that
death
many
and
on your
kills him in
invulner.
response
Yeah,
to
invulner.
score specimens from the
Dies.
spider.
So you'll fight.
Yes.
He does
Here
not
it
need to take
comes.
the test style, because that's how the game works. He'll put like 5 attacks into that. He'll put all the chain glaives into the Troop Master and everything else into the player.
Sure.
Chain glaives into Mr. TM.
Mm-hmm.
7 hits.
Yep.
Plus 1 hit.
Yeah. No, you're good.
He like takes hold on.
Well, I have 5 ups
Here.
against mortal wounds, so
Hold
watch
on, hold
out.
on. This is important. This is important. This is important. You take 10 mortals and you have all these saves.
All right, saves first. Oh, look, we're dead.
All right, well, yeah, well, we
So
were
the fans
putting our
watching
faith
at
in the
home-
Smash Master, but Creations of Bile said, hold up, you engage me in melee? Not today. not today, crime. Put that guy into a shallow grave. So Smashmaster is gone. It's just up to the player troops and Void Weavers now, team.
Okay, so it will be.
I mean, it's
5
one
wounds.
mortal. One mortal does it, right?
5 wounds, 1. Oh yeah, that's right.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Just go.
There he goes.
So you get to pick next fighter.
And it is
there's only one
assassination
option.
scored finally for Harlequins.
A lot of text.
It's a big chunk off the table, but losing the Smashmaster is a big
Minus 1 hit,
deal.
minus 1 wound.
Okay, rolling 1s to hit.
Mhm.
Okay, I get +2 back because they were hitting on 2s.
I hate it.
Smiles.
Yep.
All right, 10 wounds.
Minus 1 wound. So,
Okay, yeah.
7.
7.
4 up 6.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Nice.
good. These are just
Sergeant?
1 damage each?
Yeah.
No, it's Sergeant and it's this guy and the Sergeant, because the Sergeant has the nerve shock. Does he do immortal wounds to you when he dies? He does.
Fights 3 fights everywhere else.
Yep. So
that
we'll
was
just
a
do the
Mark of
guys, I
Slash
guess.
unit
Why not?
fighting. Only clipped 1 dude out, took a mortal wound
Because
for their
why
trouble.
not?
And I don't believe that we have any other Mark of Slash
You
engaged
would
because
switch
we have Mark of
attack
Zinch on the Terminators.
4.
Right. So that was 2 dice.
Auto wounds.
3s to hit you, 4s to wound you, 2 AP3s.
We are in range for Abaddon to start pushing forward and engaging Void Weavers, which is kind of not what they wanted to be dealing with. We are rapidly approaching the phase, especially if it looks like we're going to have Chosen unengaged on Salad side of the table, which means they could potentially try to push for the Shadow Seer. And if they can clip the Shadow Seer, the Harlequin's ability to actually kill Abaddon is almost nil, since the remainder of the Chaos Space Marines will probably be able to clear out a lot of the Harlequin troopers.
They can all fight there. Special weapons.
So the Chosen don't get to swing because they already swung there, so that keeps the White Squad alive, which is pretty important. So far, I guess relying on -1 to hit and 4+ a vulnerable save working pretty well so far. But Abaddon dealing with a bunch of Void Weavers that can only deal damage really in the shooting phase, realistically. Means that he physically would not be able to be killed over the rest of the game.
Dead work time this swing.
Yes. The funny thing is that if you kill -1.
I cannot defend, sadly.
-1 wound.
Oh, you're in the aura? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
3. 4 up saves.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so he dies. Does he do immortal to you? No, of course not. That's unfortunate. I guess I probably should have. Probably should have taken on these 2, so it was 2 4-ups, but that's fine. These guys. Let's see if they can kill some Terminators.
Yeah, you can even slow roll
like a
those
fun thing to
mortal wounds, I
do.
believe. Deal 1 to a player and try to kill that guy, and then decide if you need the second
8
one.
attacks.
So maybe a little bit of a misallocation there from Jonathon.
That was good. 6s. Or
Was it? You sure? 1 AP3.
6.
Good, cool. The yellow guys will go.
Yep. You're not going to do the 1 damage weapons?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Thank you.
Actually, it is.
That was better. If only it was the
After
other way
the
around.
attacks are resolved.
Ah, we got 2.
You are not able to sequence your
AP2s. Make them pop.
mortal wounds in that way, to be fair.
Being chilling.
Just to
I've
be
got
clear.
it.
You take all your saves, and then you assign
All
the
right,
damage,
these guys.
and then you roll for damage after it's assigned. Not when it's assigned.
I guess we do the 1 damage first now that I think about it, because that's
Yeah.
makes more sense. Cool. Nothing.
Nope.
All right.
Those weapons are like hilariously bad into.
Oh, it's good though. 4-ups. Of course, he only fell 1.
Alright, he's going to. I guess
Doesn't nothing happen? Yeah,
He's just
nothing
close
happens
it.
because Zinch, right?
I already took the Zinch this turn. It's not per phase.
Oh, okay. Yay, we got 1. Here we go.
Dig into red players.
Sure.
Yes.
174 eat bull guns, chat. Hell yeah. That's
You're -2 to hit.
we gotta hear that.
Yeah.
We gotta get one game where it's
Red.
nothing but eat bull gun.
All right. 3 wounds. Oh, Okay, well, I can make good saves too. And then now you can just hurt me.
Free reign. Alright. Those should be the Terminators.
Yep.
I'll swing everything into yellow.
Was he not base?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It's fine.
Separately. Here's the Chain Fist.
Force. 1.
1.
Dies. Does do immortal to you? Nope. Oh.
Power Fist. She'll only one hit that face. Oh,
No.
Yeah. Pay the big money for the rant, and I'll just say eat bolt gun for a minute
Alright.
straight.
Then just your warp town.
Yep, because the
He
Warp
is
Town
still in game range.
Because it's going over the.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Let's do it.
Could. Guess I have to attack you.
You sure do. Don't have a choice.
Alright, well, there's 5 hits.
Come kill yourself on me, on my blade.
That's true.
Unless I just not roll 4-ups. They die. Do they do mortals to you? Yay!
Hey, we commit murder.
Mutually assured destruction over here. Harlequin troops kill themselves on the warp talent.
Alright.
Pause the
Well,
turn. So I have morale on the Terminators.
You sure do. Please fail. Yay!
Yeah,
Oh.
last guy.
Terminators fail morale. Second guy doesn't run though, so the champion's alive.
We almost got him. Almost
Good
got him.
stuff.
Not really, but
Alright, you also have morale for me as well.
And so I think specimens for the spiders finally scored out now that the units are starting to actually be killed.
what's the range of this spot?
6 inches.
Oh, it's 6. Okay.
Exciting stuff, chat. Ooh. But that does mean slightly disappointing Salad. Pushing up the scoreboard. Abaddon's still in the center, although the Lord Discordant did go down, giving up Assassination. But he still has the Chosen unit and Abaddon sort of ready to clear out that center. So a little bit low on material, but I think we'll probably still be able to close out the game in a good manner. So he just needs to kill as much OBSEC as possible, I think, is going to be the game plan here. We do have the potential to try to knock Harlequin scoring down if the spawn can get to objective 5. Or we can get... Yeah, it looks like that's what they're measuring right now. Or we can get an advance in charge of the Chosen onto the Star Weaver over there. But we may need the Chosen to push to somewhere else. Yeah, downside here is that there's still a reasonable amount of OBSEC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players, Harlequin players. And the awkward part for Salad is that it is spread across 4 separate units, which means that he has to be able to clear all of them and sort of assign the damage independently, which is awkward. And if even a single one survives, it can steal objectives away.
Yes, probably 7. Yep.
2K to add a command to change Volcan on a loop?
That's in cover.
It would be more than 2K.
Range.
How much
Not
does
enough.
like, how many channel points is like
Oh, does Dark Disciple
2,000
going
eat
to
bolt guns? It'd be like
do the
a mil. It's like a
I don't think he was in
100,000 points. No,
Just do it on the back, guys.
Sure.
200,000.
He doesn't.
No, it's a.
He'll fail one day.
I think
He'll
it's
do
a million
that.
points, right?
Pretty much.
Just a million
Yeah.
points. There you go.
We go backwards 8, pretty much.
Yep.
Let's see how many. I have 2 command points, correct? So I will advance.
Yeah, 1 million points. I
the
nailed it.
squad for the other squad in the back.
Yeah.
So that would be a million, I think, chat.
We'll go 11. Now that Abaddon's basically unkillable.
There you go. That's a good start.
We can go. So that's. Sorry, I'll move 2 points back. It's not the angle I want to really take.
By the way, for those watching at home, we are streaming both to Twitch and YouTube. So a lot of this discussion is because if you are watching on YouTube, you can accrue tokens you can use for cool stuff like sound alerts and predicting who's going to win the game. It's a good time. You can check it out at twitch.tv/TacticalTortoiseTV.
I think this unit is just going to try to pick up most of them.
You do have an interrupt on the side of the table for Harlequins, although it's important to remember that Harlequins are kind of interrupt, or Creation's Bile is mostly sort of interrupt resistant. I don't want to say interrupt proof, but they definitely aren't too afraid of interrupts. Mostly because if you interrupt on them, they will get to swing at you if they are removed. So you get the opportunity to make use of your full strength before your opponent gets to attack you, but you don't get to use the sort of double dip on interrupt where you get to fight with your whole unit and then kill your opponent's unit down below their ability to fight you appropriately. So we're at 5 points for specimens for the spider, 5 on Long War, which will hopefully for Salad get ticked up to 8 this turn if they kill the yellow squad and can prevent any objective secured from getting to the middle objective and take it themselves. Salad probably is angling for maybe an 11 on banners right now if he's able to banner the center objective by the end of the game, which he may do this coming turn, or he'll probably do it round 5 to score at the bottom of round 5. So right now, his maximum potential score, I think, is 11 on specimens for the spider. A little bit higher. 13, I think, on specimens for the spider. If he gets a 5 and then a 3. No, there's only one character remaining. So he could get a 5 and then a 2. So he could get 12. He could get 11 on Long War if he gets 3 this turn and 3 next turn. So that would be 23 on secondary. If he gets 11 on Raise the Banners, he'd be at 33. If we see him score all 4 rounds getting 8 points a turn, he's getting 32 on primary plus 33 secondary for 67, 77 total points. But I think Harlequins are still in a pretty good spot in terms of their objectives. We do need to actually have them kill some characters. The awkward part is going to be whether or not we get... the Dark Apostle is in danger here, but I don't know if he actually gets killed by a Void Weaver, if the Void Weaver gets in there. We do have Abaddon angling for those guys. And if Abaddon makes that charge, it's probably curtains for them. And that would be very bad. That would probably end the game, I think. If Abaddon's able to get in here, contest this objective of the pylon, and kill these models. That would be super duper bad. But we'll see if it happens. No prisoners has not been scored out yet, but probably going to be at least a 10 for Jonathon, I imagine, by the end of the game. I guess his awkward part is going to be to get the remainder of those take your place points. Ooh, starting to lose some player troops, though.
I have 2 rerolls.
Good job. All right.
Okay.
The Chosen are going to shoot. They're going to chuck a frag grenade. Actually, no, they can't. They'll just shoot 4 shots into that guy.
Sure.
And we'll put 5 shots into the other players. The 2-man squad. The
Sure.
2-man?
Yep.
One of them should have been exploded, but it's fine.
They die.
Okay, and then into the 1 player.
Mm-hmm.
1 more. Nice.
Of course.
Nice. Do you want to
Yeah,
look
that's fine. Whatever.
That's my shooting phase. Charges.
Mm-hmm.
Spawn, little charge. Shadow Seer.
So things, as optimistic as I was being there, Chad, things are getting slowly worse and worse
First off,
for Jonathon.
The Master of Executions are going to charge the players.
As his player troops in the back here get knocked out by shooting attacks He loses all these players and is just down to the Void Weavers. Things are a little awkward. We're also looking for a an engagement here on the spawn to both to both Void Weavers, excuse me, which locks one of them unable to fall back and shoot. It will just probably kill the spawn in shooting an engagement range. But
yay, they fail the charge.
Yep. All right. I'm not going north.
Does mean that one Void Weaver is not shooting at Space Marines that matter.
Abaddon will charge the teal. Voids. 7. I think he needs an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
8. He gets 3 rurals.
Yay!
Yeah. Ugh.
So it does look like Abaddon does fail his charge. That was sort of
Bomb will be charging.
had the potential to, I think, just like immediately end the game there. Spawn going into the shadows here. Okay.
Start your charge now.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the heck out of you. I will fly to Canada. Uh-oh. Well,
that is...
that makes it.
yeah, it sure does.
2-inch engagement rule. Keeping us live here.
Oh, I love this new rule
charge.
so much.
I don't think I was...
Hilariously, Harlequins complaining more about the 2-inch engagement rule, although you'd think it would be pretty good for them. It does screen Harlequins a lot, which is a little bit upsetting for them. There was a lot of players who I saw talking about how the rule was like so powerful for melee troops, and ranged units like ranged armies, or I guess defensive armies, I should say, didn't really get that much benefit from it. But you do see situations where, unlike this, but where a unit like Harlequins that's trying to engage aggressively into your opponent, you'd think would appreciate that 2-inch engagement range in order to make their charges easier, except that a lot of times it means that they can't move where they want to, and the movement blocking against Harlequins inside obscuring terrain gets super difficult.
OPSEC on the objective.
Sure.
Yep.
New goal, 1 million points.
Everybody will come fight.
Mm-hmm.
Game works. Well, make sure we'll stay within 6 of Abaddon as well, which I think we are.
You're good. Yeah.
Yep. So everybody will fight.
Yep.
One person needs to watch the channel for 374 days, 5 hours, 20 minutes nonstop. But you get the 50 points for hanging out, right, chat?
Actually, I don't think I can do it.
Like, you get additional 50 points for every couple of minutes as long as you
Well,
click
there's
on
also
it.
your engagement. So.
Yeah, the disembark is also restrictive, too. It's true, chat.
17 attacks.
Absolutely.
Are you +1 to hit?
It also prevents the the Star Weavers from getting where they want to go to shoot people. So even an aggressive army like Harlequins is pretty hurt by it. I think that there's good and bad. There's pros and cons for every style of army, to be fair. And I think melee armies, aggressive melee armies, they get a little bit of a buff because of that extra threat range. But I don't think it's 100% them. It makes your movement blocking way easier. I've done before. Prevented units from getting shooting on me, or prevented melee units from getting in a range of what they wanted to. Can certainly happen.
Get him out. 9 to be exact.
So it looks like player troops are getting picked up.
All right, no.
I think that may be curtains
all hit rolls, so you take 2 more.
for the Harlequins. They took the fight in the middle, chat, unfortunately. That's the downside of those fusion pistols. You do have all this shooting from the Void Weavers, but it's really blanked by the Terminator brick. The Terminators are so defensively oriented against that shooting. Even though Salad just basically put his whole army in the middle of the table and said, shoot me, and Jonathon did, it was not enough.
That is real wound rolls. I don't know.
He's 2d3 attacks, yeah. 5.
How many of these 6 do you think we get? So 3 hits?
Yeah.
-1 to wound, right? So 1
You
wound.
betcha. Well, look at me go.
Good damage.
And we fail it. I guess I'll just luck dice. No, it's fine. I take 2. Whatever. Whatever.
22 attack.
Yeah, I can keep the luck dice to use offensively.
Natural, 22
But,
attack.
man, this is
Only.
I don't know if I've ever seen Harlequins left bereft of infantry as much as we have here. A lot of times it's like there's like always a player troop hiding in a Starweaver somewhere, or like in the back of the table, or in reserve. And this Creations of Bylist that just took the fight, blew up all the Starweavers, and then it killed every single Harlequin in melee. But we did leave Matt, or Jonathan here, Matt Damon, renowned Hollywood actor Matt Damon in the blue, with an 8-point turn.
All right, you get to choose.
You do. I don't think it makes a difference.
I will let you fight first.
Sure. I'll use a left dice on that one.
So that does mean that he still has the ability to push for big primary, although the problem is, I guess he can yeet
first is 3 damage.
One.
2 damage.
I guess it's tough to contest the middle, so he may be giving up the 12-point primary here to Salad. Yeah, because the Master of Executions here has a 6 and Heroic Intervention aura. So even if we see like this model come in and tow the objective here, it probably gets killed by the Master of Executions, who does a billion mortal wounds.
Is that everything?
And if that were the game plan, I could see Harlequins score out their their objectives and then sort of push backwards to try to deny the 12-point primary and then set up to get their own 12-point primary. But I'm not sure that that's sort of in the cards here, because if you donate the 12-pointer to Salad, he just is going to be able to push you, basically push it right back in. Oh, and I believe that we did declare that there is an objective secured on this objective over here. Actually, just kidding, chat. Because there is a Legionnaire there. So it's not even possible. So what we are just going to run into is a big intervention from the Master of Executions, excuse me. And he's just going to cut that Starweaver in half.
I mean, it's unlikely, I'll be honest with you, but it's possible. At this point, I think we have to, in order for me to even stand a chance at winning this game. I just have to kill, like, everything. Alright, so yeah, it's not going to happen. So
just have to kill everything. That's the game plan, chat. Plan A, table your opponent immediately.
Yeah, you probably have to do it only with orange. Okay. It's really your only possibility.
yeah.
Because he can advance over, right? So he can do that, like not be worried.
If only I kept my 2 CP, I could have fired and faded. Like once per game, fire and fade.
Would have been useful now, don't say. Don't just say.
I think I'm in engagement range to be there, aren't I?
Yeah.
Because you're wholly
I'm
on the...
going over the line, yeah.
Yeah. I hate this new rule so much.
I'm a melee army, so I can't really say anything, so I'm just gonna keep quiet about it.
Alright, let's go for it. Whatever.
No.
I mean, Abaddon's going to be able to charge pretty much whatever he wants next turn. And he'll probably kill pretty much whatever he wants next turn.
Yeah.
Alright.
Should be a 10. I don't know why I like this.
I think this game's pretty much over, but, you know, whatever. We'll give her a shot. We'll give her the old college try.
Yep.
Those boats just hang out there, I guess. I can see...
Shoot Abaddon.
No thanks.
Oh. I don't know why I moved this guy back. I'm slow right now.
I think you'll be okay. I think your dice are saying, don't worry, Salad, it's okay. We got you.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, it's a heroic.
Oh,
We're in coherency.
you did it. Really, you are the warrior.
Alright. Sure. Shooting.
That's all you got.
This Starweaver will shoot these Marines.
Okay, hit on 4s. Got the spell.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, look at him go! 2 AP3s. And no 2-up fail still.
Not. I hate failing 2-ups. You know, I don't know about you. But
Yay, we killed a guy.
Silent Moon, to be specific.
Space Marines is too tough to
Here we
kill,
go.
chat. You heard it here first.
The pink Void Weavers.
All we need to do
will
is put regular tactical Marines in the middle of the table.
Spawn.
And
Let's do the
everyone's
big gun into the Chosen in front of us. And then we'll shoot the Shuriken cannons into the Marines back here.
Yep.
Big gun!
Big.
Missed twice. We do twice though. 4 or -4. Yay!
Roll.
First one. It's dead. Second one. All CP. Reroll that.
Oh, really? It's gonna happen again, you know.
Yay! We did it to it again. So 2 dead, and then Shuriken cannon into the Chosen back, or not Chosen, the dudes.
See, you can hit these guys really well. I don't know about.
Will you fail a 2-up save? Yeah! He failed a 2-up save.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, we killed
3.
3 of them. Alright, that's not bad. It's not bad. We're getting there.
Slowly, but definitely.
We could just shoot the Master of Executions,
That's true.
which I think we honestly kind of just do.
Got 2 voids left.
So, alright, we're going to get spicy here. 1 Shuriken cannon into the Marine.
Yep.
1 Shuriken cannon into the spawn.
All right, just go
Big
for
gun
the perfect
into the Master
convert
of
here,
Execution.
chat.
Big gun into the Terminator.
Alright.
Like I said, we're going to get
As spicy as
real
possible.
spicy with this.
We're gonna split our
Let's do the
attacks
other
into
Shuriken
every possible
Yeah, let's
target,
just do double
essentially,
Shuriken cannons.
and try to clip everyone out of the
And
middle.
That's fine.
Makes sense to me.
And then 1 big gun in Terminator, 1 big gun in Master of Executions.
Yep.
The Mo. Oh, we hit twice?
Big dubs.
We moved once? Please don't make this save.
I will command point reroll that.
Sure.
I have 3 command points.
You do. Please don't make it again.
Oh my god, and he makes it on the CP reroll.
Let's do the Shuriken cannons because I got the dice.
Absolute
Fours.
killer.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, can you fail another 2-up for me? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did it. Just for you.
Thanks.
1 Marine
And then
goes
the
down
gun
in the
into the
center.
Terminator. Both hit.
Can we clip the Terminator out?
I live. Don't even seem shit. Okay, in fairness, I need to fill both of them, okay?
I mean, yeah, sure, but like, you're just making all your saves.
I'm good at this. I trained.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's do you
Unfortunately.
have anywhere out? Maybe? No,
There
he's
was a
using
universe
Force,
there
why
where we
not,
clipped
right?
out the control of the center.
Um,
So that would have
yeah,
potentially knocked out
So we have 2 more particular places.
Salad's control of the middle of the table and stopped him from
Mhm.
getting the 12-pointer. He tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. Unfortunate.
Okay,
The save's
guys,
too
he's
strong.
gonna reroll himself.
Yeah.
And I
Hey guys, have
think
you heard about
that
this YouTube
the curtain will fall on our performers today.
Those
As
guys.
Abaddon goes in to cut these, turn these Void Weavers into scrap metal.
Go raise the banner.
Salad with a massive VP lead so far. To be fair, Assassination not scored for Harlequins
Teal.
yet, but only
Might as well
6 points
dance.
on Take Your Places. Only 3 points in Assassination. I don't think it's gonna do it, chat. Especially since Abaddon, who's worth the most on
Yeah,
Assassination, is unkillable at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
And don't believe that he is.
I have no rules.
Unless he takes 3 damage
Well,
in this
don't think he
phase,
did
in
this
this
turn anyways.
fight phase. Maybe an Overwatch gets him.
I mean, maybe.
We Overwatch him for 3. He kills 2 Void Weavers. They both reflect mortals, and 1 guy explodes, and then a Void Weaver comes over and shoots him. That would be how he dies.
Advance roll. No, the master says it's better to not reroll that. We'll just take the 2 inches. Two inches. Go bully this boat. Aye. Alright. Oh, this guy needs to move. Mo. You could go help Abaddon. Alright, shooting. Abaddon is just going to shoot the Void Weavers.
Sure. The teal ones?
Heals.
Yep.
Blue. 2 blues.
Tough both.
Alright. The Terminator is going to shoot your Void Weaver.
Sure.
The Bolter. Nothing. The Melta. It's 9. 1 wound.
We're good.
Charges the Terminator into the Void Weaver.
An exciting shooting phase was had.
The normal Marines into the Void Weaver. Abaddon into the Void Weavers.
Oh!
The Spawn into the Void Weavers in front of him. The
Chosen. Are you
Mo,
spending CP to advance the charges now?
Mo into the Void Weavers. Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Are these guys charging? Or?
I'll move everything first,
Sure.
and then I'll get into that.
I mean, technically, you have to do it before you roll it.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I knew we were gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's very valid. Overkill by like 10-fold. Alright, now this chosen into the 2 Void Weavers. Great command point. Nice.
You failed 1 chart so far this game?
2.
Oh, yeah, 2, I guess.
To be fair,
Actually, technically 3.
Jonathan's entire army is in the middle of the table.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
they're
tough
not in
to,
engagement range, but you could have.
Yeah.
Not tough to make those charges.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we'll start with Abaddon. No, we'll start with the Dash of Executions. Right there, face you. Then he's gonna put all the attacks here.
I was, I think, expecting a little bit of a cagier game here from Harlequins. I think they took the fight a little bit eagerly. Although I'm not sure what else they do because their highest AP weapons to fire against the Terminators are the fusion weapons.
2 mortals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They weren't really doing it with just the Void Weavers. But they could pick at them for a while
one shrink to 9.
before the Star Weavers went in.
Only. So we take how much damage?
2 each.
So this guy dies, and then this guy takes 2 from the mortals. So does the guy do mortal to you? Yes. Does he explode? No.
No. Okay, he's gonna hug. He's gonna jump the objective. Touch cover as well.
Sure.
He's gonna come right there. Abaddon is just gonna come right here and just go touch the objective and then whack him. 9 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 3s, which is like the awkward one. But, I do win on 2s though. But I want to look for 6s. Wow.
Okay. 4. How much damage?
3.
3.
Okay.
I'll kill him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter on him. He's not gonna die.
How important is it for him to stay alive?
No 6 to win. No shooting.
Do I need 2 CP? I'll CP roll it. Oh, to only have luck dice. We still fail. Alright. Do we do a mortal for you? No, do we explode? No.
Alright,
Goodbye, Void Weavers.
Teal will
Sad.
get half an inch.
They've weaved their last void.
But everybody's gonna come.
Yeah, so if that last Void Weaver had survived, could have paid to fall
Miss
back
it on
and
one
shoot
guy.
and gone in and tried to
Yeah.
kill the Chosen.
Yeah, you won't be able to attack.
Although if these guys kill over here, they probably will just pile into the center objective and it won't make a difference. So I don't believe that Jonathon really has many points of remaining to score.
Okay. That's 2.
Like, what are these dice? Alright. Oh, okay. Well, I can spike my dice too.
Yeah, well, it's
apparently.
not.
Only on saving throws, not on attacks though, which is kind of what I needed more. But
Spawn will attack you.
Mm-hmm.
3 attacks. Actually, what's the mutation? Rules. 2 hits.
What?
So it does look like we
are.
are going to be pushing. We are poised for Salad to move forward into the grand finals,
Because
taking place tomorrow against Max GW. And I think the interesting part is whether or not
Yes, we do.
the resilience of these Terminators can stick around
And
against
pull this boat, the Terminator will go.
Necrons. No rerolls from Illusory Supplication is a very big deal.
2 hits.
But they are able to punch through cover with Solar Flare and have a ton of attacks, high AP attacks. So I think this is feels like kind of a dress rehearsal for what is going to be a tougher game at the end there. Plus, Necrons can play a much more keep away style game, where they don't push towards the middle that early.
So just the 22. +3.
4
Only 6.
only.
That is okay. That wasn't that well.
Okay.
Only 6.
All right. I'll punch you back.
We'll make
I
sure
guess.
everybody's engagement.
Why not? We'll start with the Pink Void Weaver. He'll just attack the spawn, I guess. Only hit you twice, which is annoying. Now you're just going to heal back to full. Yeah. You just go back to full.
I'm just not gonna bother.
The orange will just attack the Marines, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
2. AP1s. Nothing to care. Take it in.
Owie.
Alright. So I think that's everything.
Yep.
Okay, no more else to do. So, is there any feasible way that I can win this game?
So Salad did leave a home objective open.
So,
I actually
You're gonna get 3 more
do think that Jonathon can get a 12er here.
I'm gonna get that. So like, there's like no one back. If I get 3,
We dropped a banner in the
that,
center, I think, for Salad.
I
So
kill-
he does have another 1 point active.
two
Or no,
more,
I think he's
that,
maxed.
that. No, it's literally impossible. It is literally impossible.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah, we can just help there.
we could fall back this Void
Oh, yeah.
Weaver and push it back here. Try to
Oh.
kill the dude in the middle. Grab the
I like
middle
my dice.
objective with a Star Weaver.
yeah.
Push the Void Weaver back,
Partially
get a
chalking
12,
up to that.
and try to get take
For
your
sure.
places for
I
4,
made a couple
but I don't think
mistakes
that's going to
there.
be enough.
I mean, but like if you just look at it
for
this
two.
way, right? I still killed probably 75% of your army with shitty dice.
Yeah.
Like really shitty dice.
Let's see, I have a 400. Let's see, how many points do I have left? I have 100, 400, plus 500, 600, about 700 points left. A little bit more, probably. So 750 left.
Yeah. So like half to like 3/4 of the army.
Yeah. 2/3.
Ugh, like just shooting my entire army into the Terminators and killing 2. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I just like what do you do? Like,
I don't know, to be fair.
and then like my next shooting phase wasn't a whole lot better.
And it's just no way to get 15. Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan would have been. Fair.
Yeah, GG guys. That was it was pretty wild. Saves going back and forth were pretty insane. But
We just 2 armies decide not to kill each other, but when you look at the end result,
yeah.
Well, but
the difference
thing
being
with
that one of them had more models to not be killed than the other one did. I
well,
think.
the thing with the saving throws like going well though is that like he has a much higher volume than mine,
Right.
and mine are much more value shots. So it's like I need the saves to like not spike.
Yeah.
Even if I spike the saves, it's it's 40 attacks, so it's like it's the thing still dies.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you. Do you think that there was an opportunity to like when the Terminators pushed out, instead of committing with the Star Weavers, to just like take a turn to shoot them and force people into the center before you attack them? Because like everyone came out at the same time, right? And all the Star Weavers went to the middle, which is why they all blew up. But if you just keep them back another turn, like Salad doesn't really have anything to deal with the Void Weavers. They just get to shoot for free, basically.
No, sure, but my Void Weavers did nothing to the Terminators.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they did. The problem was they did nothing, and then the Terminators get to charge all the fusion boats.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
also,
maybe.
Well, so I did roll hot. I think that's something you kind of had to expect because you had like 8 fusions there. I think that's what it was. 4 of them are gonna miss. Another one is not gonna wound, maybe a little bit. So
Oh yeah, no, and that's fine.
So it kills like 1 guy, maybe 2.
Yeah. Yeah, but then the 2 Void Weaver squads shooting into them and doing 0. Like, I mean, I think I killed like 2, 3, maybe 4 with the Mortals as well.
Yeah.
I mean, also denying every single psychic power was like, or
Oh,
every
yeah.
single mirror lines was like ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure I've never failed that. I'm pretty sure I'm like 8 out of 8.
It's a pretty good stratagem.
Easy
Pretty
game.
good stratagem.
That's easy. That's some good technology there, chat. If anybody's worried about psychic powers, just don't fail your 4 plus 9.
Yeah.
Get good.
I mean, I guess I could have held back for 1 more turn, but like I don't know. It's just like
I don't know.
I feel like the same thing happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you want to have it happen as late as possible though, because you already have you have bottom round 5 scoring and you already had a 12.
That's true. Well, the only reason I got 12 around 3 though was because I put all
because
the
he.
Well, just 1 boat died, right? That turn.
No, he killed every.
I killed every
He
single
killed
boat.
4 of them that turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that was it.
Yeah, because if I didn't do that, then that would have been an 8,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I guess if I took something, if I took banners, then this would be probably 7 points. That would have been much better.
Do you have an option besides take your places?
Not really.
Because I think one of the interesting interactions there, which obviously you don't know going in because you don't know what the secondaries are, is that the take your place objective in the center gives Salad something to kill in the middle objective, which means that he gets Long War every time. Whereas early game, you could just cut Long War to 0 because you just don't put anything in the middle.
Yeah, I guess.
And then if you shoot
I guess I could have done.
Then you're good.
I guess I could have done banners instead of taking places.
Yeah.
Banners, no prisoners assassinate.
15 turn 1 though. You'd have to put something in the middle to go kill that spawn. To kind of.
Well, you don't have to put it on the middle objective though, right?
Yeah.
You could just
I could just put it
here.
some
idiot over here.
Yeah.
Just be here's a bunch
just
of fusion.
this. Yeah.
You could even go in and then use your once per game fire invade and be leave.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Question from Agent X. Jonathon, do you feel bad that Agent X is Twitch penniless now because he bet 40,000 points on you?
No, he deserves it.
Oh, brutal.
Because he bet on me.
Brutal.
Ooh, I should have. What was the bets? I didn't see him.
Pascal X5 asking Salad, how do you feel about the Necron matchup, which you are into next round?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think I hate those Doom sites with a passion. The only thing saving me is I think that the fact they're T6, which means Reapers and a couple other guns are a little easier to get.
They are T6.
Yeah. I guess you do have the Terminator bricks rerolling from Amazon, and you have the Flamer on the Lord Discordant if they come close, but they'll probably stay at arm's length, I imagine. And you have the Warp Talons in case they get too spicy.
Yeah, those are my biggest fear. It's on the same sort of terrain general matchup here as this map.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a little more hiding room in the center,
I
think, but less on the sides.
Yep.
I don't know. The planes like really scare me because they can do a lot of things. I don't know if I'm fully confident in the matchup.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting one to watch. I think, especially because like full OBSEC, right, against 15 Legionnaires trying to keep those OBSEC guys away
For sure.
is gonna be interesting.
Definitely gonna have to do some strategy, which
For
I did
sure.
not do.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll set up the time with you and Max. So everybody in chat, stay tuned for that. There will be a post going up in the
It'll be
Discord.
early morning. Probably.
It'll be in the morning, I think. And get ready for that because it's going to be a sweet grand finals. But thank you guys for a sweet game, and I'll let you guys go.
Good.
Yeah. See ya.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Oh, I for sure. If you know what, if I roll like this again, I might have it.
Don't fail your Dark Apostle prayer, and you might be okay.
I don't. If I fail all three, if I fail 3 in a row, I'll be sad.
If you fail one, I think you're also not in a great spot.
If I fail one on the wrong turn.
Yes, yeah, that's fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Yeah. So suddenly Silent King turns on real hard.
Yeah.
As soon as that goes away, he's like, "Oh, what's that? I can reroll? All right. Well, here we go. We all in, boys."
Yeah. The stories are gonna like rip me a new one.
Yeah. For sure. All right. Well, cheers, guys.
See ya.
Yep, see
Have
ya.
a good one.
Bye.
All right, chat. That's it for this then. Pascal, what's the mission for final round? Next mission is Death and Zeal. This is what we're going to be playing. So corner deployment, 5 objectives, and they lock, I believe. So it's going to be tough, I think, for Salad, but I don't know. He's surprised us before. We had some matchups we weren't totally sure the Creations of Bile would be able to get through, and so far they have. And I think this is probably the scariest matchup yet. And they won it resoundingly. So if they can just do that again, I think everything will be fine. Anyway, chat, I'm going to go ahead and pop off. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And tune in tomorrow. Cheers.